out. Welcome in. Welcome in. I see Friday in here. I see Josh. Welcome back, A. Hello. Thank you for the You're Awesome. Luigi Net Gaming. Thank you. Okay. So, first of all, I started my stream and then I was like, my CPU usage is like not right. If y'all are familiar with what I'm talking about, it was at 50, 60, 70%. And I was like, that's not right. So I started it and then I was like, okay, this is not right. And then I ended it, and now here we are. I'm back. It's okay, but this is a really funny tech night. So, yeah, Jesus is right. That was way too high. I was like, this is something weird is going on. So I am back here, Twisted. Yay! Thank you so much for the lurk, Twisted. I'm so sorry that I had to end my stream, and now I'm back, and I'm so glad that you're back too. Um, Another point is, hi Noodle, hi Mara, welcome in, welcome in. Um, yes, I'm so glad you checked too, Twisted. It was weird. My CPU usage went all the way up to 70%. I was sitting here with my stream starting soon screen watching it, like, what is going on? Then I like changed the screen and it got even worse. My computer started making weird glitching sounds. Yeah, yeah. Ouch is right. So, we're back, we're here, and then when I got on here, everybody said my microphone was muted. So everything is funny tonight, and that's okay. We're just gonna be in silly, goofy mood together. Gotta put it in rice, Twisted said on the purple app. I will do that. I'm gonna put my whole body in rice too, because I feel like I'm a living, walking glitch right now. How are you, Noodle? How are you, Mara? How are you, Josh? How are you, Twisted? How are you, everybody? Please, can somebody tell me, when you listen to my voice tonight, is it cutting out on the microphone? Please tell me. Because I've been going back on looking back on my streams, and I'm like, why is my voice cutting out? Why? Because that was never a problem. I did not change my microphone. I have it at the same level. Clean and purdy? Yes, thank you. Thank you, Twisted. It just did it for a split second. No! So I don't know if I need to turn it up slightly. I do not want to hurt your ears. But I did get a new laptop, and it's not like a super fancy one or anything like that. It's perfect on the purple end, Twisted said. So if y'all want something that's perfect, go over to the purple app, apparently. It's gonna be better over there. Still doing the emotes, Noodle. I trust. No rush on that. The first one is amazing. If your might be filter on... Oh, yeah, there might be some... So I don't know. I'm using Restream still for on purple. Yes. So I use OBS for purple, and I use Restream for the clock app, and then I use something called Tickfinity. Yeah, yeah. So and I have like a pretty basic computer. Hey, BG Dubs, welcome in. It like has what it needs to do what it does. Thank you, Josh. I like to know technology things, so it might be something on TikTok, but I don't know. I'm glad that it's working well on the Purple app at the very least. If you want something that maybe is a bit more reliable, and if you want full screen, go to the Purple app, because it is like cropped on TikTok, and Purple app, you'll see everything you need to see there. So if that's interesting to you, then you can go find that there. One thing I'm noticing though, that's interesting. Hold up. Okay. Yeah, I'm just checking everything. Thank you guys for the likes. I'm seeing that you're liking my stream on TikTok. Thank you so much. So it's been a weird day. Very strange. But here we are. It is Saturday. What I was saying, I'm so glad I was muted. I'll go ahead and repeat it anyway for some reason. But when I was muted, I said, Happy Wednesday. Excuse me? Wednesday? Who am I? Where am I? I don't know what's going on. My stream didn't work, my mic didn't work, and I said Happy Wednesday. BG Dubs, I'm doing well. Everything's just kind of wonky here, but it's fine. Everything's fine. We're gonna have a really fun time together tonight. BG Dubs, how are you tonight? I'm so glad to have you in here. Happy Wednesday, Josh. Happy Wednesday. Yes, I don't know. Time, I guess, just stood still since this past Wednesday. So we are here. We are live, and for those of you who maybe are new in here, I'm playing the Wind Waker. This is my first time playing the Wind Waker all the way through. I'm ahead on Twitch. You're gonna be lurking. Twisted, thank you so much. I really appreciate the lurk. I love having your company, whether you're actively chatting or just lurking. Just having you here is awesome, so thank you. Oh, that's so weird. So audio-wise, interesting. You may have less of a delay on Purple app. Cool. That's what Josh on TikTok says, is that your audio may actually come through better if you go on the Purple app. So I don't know if you notice, on TikTok, you can see my usernames for a couple different platforms circling around. Purple app is one of them. It's Megstar with 3 R's, no underscore. So it's a lot like on TikTok. A lot like it. So anyway, if you would like some different quality, maybe better quality, that's where you need to go, I think. But we are doing what we're doing. You get the better audio and better visuals. You win. Yes, I think it all around will be better for you on the Purple app. You like the stripes? Thank you. Thank you. I got this from a rich, I don't know them, distant family member or friend of a family member who apparently buys $250 sweaters or something and then just gives them to my husband when he's done wearing them, or and then I take them from my husband. So that's where we're at. Yes, we have a Lego head. Yeah, if you take a look, you could probably actually see more in the background. We got Lego head Joe. We got Squidward, who like reverses. I can't remember if he reverses, like inverts into Patrick or into SpongeBob. I can't remember. I usually keep it as Squidward. Yeah, so much sweater money. I mean, I got it for free, but it's way too much sweater money for me. Hey, Blue Light, welcome in. So good to see you, aka Crystal. So good to see you. I am so happy you're in here. Yes. Oh. Well, some of them are. I've heard some of them aren't that dope. Some of them are a little dopey, huh? But yeah, I got a mandrake from Harry Potter, a Lego mandrake, and a piranha plant, a Mario piranha plant Lego behind me, and some other stuff. I've got Shrek, the GameCube game, behind me. I don't know if you actually can see that though, with what you can see on the Purple app. But yeah, I've got some fun stuff in here, and you can see more of it if you're on the Purple app. So, I'm playing the Wind Waker. This is my first playthrough. My name is Megstar. I am, I think, halfway through the game. I just saved a rill. What's hilarious is that when I first started this game, and Aryll got kidnapped by a gigantic bird, and I went to the Forsaken Fortress, I thought I was going to go save Aryll at that time. I thought that was the time that I was going to go save Aryll. Why? It has been many hours since that time, and I just saved Aryll. And I also just met Ganondorf for the first time. I saw his face in the flesh, living and breathing. He was there. I smelled him, I think, or something. And he was there. And he told me basically I can't do anything about him at this point. I'm not good enough for him or something like that. So I need to level up. And here we are. Ooh, Call of Duty. I haven't even thought about Call of Duty since I was 15 years old, probably. That's amazing. I guess it makes sense that people are still playing that game. It was a very popular game, and I'm sure it's still a very popular game. I'm not really in that circle of people who play that game, but that's sounds like a lot of fun, and I love having siblings to play games with, so I feel for you there. A Matt Mercer dub of Wind Waker Ganondorf. Okay. I don't know what any of that means. I don't know who Matt Mercer is. So I understand what that means, but I don't know who Matt Mercer is. I'm sorry. Maybe I would. Okay, if you show me a picture of his face, maybe I actually do know who he is. I don't know who he is based on the name. Sorry. And we're going to get into playing this game because I started playing in, I think, September, maybe late September, maybe early October. I can't really remember at this point, but it was a long time ago. I want to say I've played for 5 weeks. I want to say this is my 5th week of gameplay and I still have not beat the game. So I really, really, really need to make progress on this right now. Like right now. You said you remind me of this YouTuber, Memoria. She does playthroughs. I'll have to check her out. Cool. I love that I remind you of somebody. I hope that it's a good reminder of somebody or that you enjoy that YouTuber. Now I save Hyrule. Is that what's next? Is that what I'm working on next? So I returned back to this timeless or frozen in time place. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad that they're funny. Blue Light, you said Matt Mercer voiced Ganondorf in Tears of the Kingdom. Oh, that would be really cool. That would be cool if they just had dubs or like voice acting like added to this game in a new version or something like that. But have they done that before? Or do they just do like grunting sounds? Do they actually have a voice for Ganondorf? Or do they just make him go like, Have I watched The Office? Yes, I love The Office. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. I've seen it many, many times, all the way through. I love it. Do I remind you, Whiff, of somebody from The Office? Since I started this game, you've been in a new relationship and a breakup, Emmy. Holy crap, I need to finish this game. That is not normal. That does not make any sense. How? Oh my god. What? I need to finish this game. Maybe if I finish this game, you'll find the right relationship or something. I don't know. Office is peak. I agree. I'm sorry that you had a relationship and a breakup. Relationship, exciting. Breakup, never fun. I'm sorry to hear that, Emmy. How are you doing, though? How has life been treating you besides that? Thank you, Crystal. Thank you so much. Link to the Past is a great game. I've never played Link to the Past. I've only played a handful of Zelda games, and I've only beat one. You guys can guess which Zelda game I've beat. It's not this one. This is the Wind Waker. I've played a handful of them and then given up very quickly. Mostly because when I started playing them, I was a very young child and did not have it in me to keep going. Crystal, thank you so much, though. I really appreciate that. I just recut them, like 2 days ago, and I get very nervous every time I cut my bangs because, I mean, it just can go so wrong. So, I needed to see, though. I realized that I could not see. I'm so happy to be live and to be talking with you, Emmy. Lot of shame, guilt, sadness. Oh no. I hate that you feel those ways, Emmy. I hope that you remember there are people who love you and care about you and will always love you and care about you no matter what. And you're probably harder on yourself than anybody else ever would be. I always have to remember that I'm like my own worst enemy 99% of the time. So just be kind to yourself. Think about how your best friend would talk to you. Think about how Megstar would talk to you. And keep that in mind, because I think you're doing great. Or Breath of the Wild, Ocarina of Time. Those two I have not finished. So I appreciate the guesses. Not Ocarina of Time, not Breath of the Wild. The thing with Breath of the Wild is it is not straightforward enough for me. I like things to be laid out in chronological or like a linear path for me so I know what to do next. And Breath of the Wild is so open for me that it gets overwhelming. And yeah, there is like one way or more, mostly it's not like super linear, but there's clearly like a way to go and you're limited, like, and what you have to do certain things to go to the next part. You have to meet objectives to progress in the game. It is unlike any other Zelda game, if that helps. It is unlike any other Zelda game in a couple of very important ways. If that helps you. Link Between Worlds, no. I can give you another hint. Thank you so much. I appreciate the compliment. I love doing my makeup and I do it 3 times a week when I stream. That's the only time I do it. So I really, really appreciate that. Breath of the Wild has no soundtrack too? No. What do you mean by that? Can you hear the music? By the way, on the game, I can turn the game up if you can't hear the music in here. I am playing the Wind Waker right now. I'm not sure what you're referring to with the Breath of the Wild soundtrack. Hey, Jonah, welcome in. I hear you're away on a work trip this weekend. This is fun to figure out. One more hint. Not Hyrule Warriors. I have played that game. I didn't really enjoy it. Like it's mostly ambient. Oh, that's really, really interesting. You're on break right now. Can I ask what you do for work? Because I think it's interesting when jobs require travel. So I'm curious what you do. I will say that it doesn't require you to fight with a sword to beat the game. You are not required to fight with a sword to beat the game. Or you don't even really need a sword. Or if you use a sword, you don't need to use it. If you have a sword, I don't even remember if I ever had a sword. I don't think I did. If that gives you any sort of hint at all. That should be a big one. A Zelda game? Yes! You got it! Echoes of Wisdom. Yes! Yes, yes, yes. That is the Zelda game that I beat. And I beat it quickly. That was before I started streaming. Echoes of Wisdom is the game. So, hold on. Pause. I'm not really sure what I'm doing in this building. Let's see here. Let's see here. I know it had me come back, but I totally left Tetra. I think that's her name, Tetra. And Jonah, you said you do staging for concerts or large-scale events. Maybe you have told me that before. That's really cool. So do you actually get to see the concert or whatever the large-scale event is whenever you go do that? Aw, that's so sweet, Jonah. Have I played Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment yet? No. Well, is that the new Hyrule Warriors? I didn't like Hyrule Warriors. I'm sorry, chat. I tried playing that. My husband and I tried playing that together, and it wasn't either of our jams. And he's played all of the Zelda games, or at least almost all of them. And we weren't, it's just not our thing. Like, having, like, that setup wasn't, like, our style of gameplay that we like. So, not my thing, but no shade. If it is something that you like, then I fully respect that. It's just not my cup of tea. And that's that. Very, very different Zelda game. Yeah. And it was really disappointing for me when I saw the... Also, I have 1,000 rupees. I can't get any more rupees. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just stalling. I don't really know what I'm doing, actually. Maybe I need to go down here to the basement again. I have no clue. But... Oh, yeah. Okay. What? What? Okay, that's what I need to do. I'm pausing really, really quick. Really quick. I need a bigger wallet. I've already gotten one wallet upgrade. I can get another wallet upgrade. I've already gotten one. Why do I need another one? I thought I was good. But anyway, Nintendo Switch 2 came out. And there were those Nintendo Switch 2 Directs, or Nintendo Switch Directs, where they were talking about Nintendo Switch 2. Every single Direct that's come out since then, since the first one introducing the Switch 2, has included a bit about the Hyrule Warriors. And every single time it shows a preview and it shows like Zelda's face and it shows them looking really cool. I'm like, oh, another Zelda game. And then it's Hyrule Warriors. And I'm like, I fall for it every time. It looks so cool. And then I see what it is. They really, really get me with that. Upgrade Ruby Bag again. Rupee Bag, yes. And you're playing this on the Wii U, so you're playing Wind Waker HD. How far along are you in the game, Aaron the Dragon? That's awesome. I've never played it on the Wii U. I played it on the GameCube when it first came out. And I didn't finish it because I was a kid. So there you have it. And then now I'm playing it again on the Nintendo Switch 2 using the GameCube controller that came out with the Nintendo Switch 2. I'm playing on the Nintendo Online Expansion Pack. So it's more of a fighting game. Yes, more of a fighting game. Exactly. You said what Jonah said. Did he say he misses you? Crossbow training? I'm just now seeing some other chats. It tells the whole storyline. Immense disappointment. For real. I think it looks so cool when I see the trailers on the Nintendo Switch Direct. And then I'm like, oh, okay. You have 10 more minutes of a break. Well, tell me about your trip, Jonah. What's been going on? Have you eaten good food? Have you met any cool people? It tells the whole storyline. What tells the whole storyline? One more break? Ooh. Oh, one more break? Huh. Like, how long are your breaks? Are you him? Are you the one who is speaking through my stone without my permission? Answer me! That stone is an enhanced version of the gossip stones long spoken of in the legends of the Hyrulean royal family. I am the one who made it. Ooh. You made it? The royal family's gossip stone? It's a gossip stone. Is that like, chat, whenever, have you seen those things? Or if you've ever been in like an elementary school classroom before and you have like a ball you pass around, and when that person's holding the ball, then they can talk. Is that the gossip stone? That's what I'm thinking of instantly with the gossip stone. One more upgrade. Oh, one more wallet upgrade. Okay, I'm gonna get the one more. Then do I get to hold like 99,999 rupees with one more wallet upgrade? Hyrule Warriors? Why are we still on Hyrule Warriors? Oh, it tells the whole storyline. Oh. Oh, well then maybe I should just watch somebody play the game and skip through the fighting parts. That might be what I need to do. Okay. I'm sorry, but I have no idea what you're talking about. Have neither of you heard the tales? Tales of the kingdom spoken of and the legend of the great hero? The place where the power of the gods lies hidden. Ooh. This place where the two of you now stand is that kingdom. Bruh. What? This is Hyrule? This is Hyrule? I have set foot in Hyrule unknowingly, unbeknownst to me. I am standing in Hyrule. Nobody bothered to tell me. My boat said, oh, no time to explain. And then he said, oh, there's no time to explain. Again, a second time, he told me that. Nobody bothered to tell me. I'm in Hyrule until I've already been here. What? I've already been here for a while, for a hot minute. Bruh, this is Hyrule. Okay. Who is this? Who are you? And I am its king? Daphne's Nohansen Hyrule. What kind of name is that? And am I saying it correctly? This was one of the first games I bought when I got a GameCube back when it came out, you said, Vitronic? Oh my god. The very first game I got, I was just thinking about this last night for some reason, was Mario Sunshine. It came in a bundle, I'm pretty sure, with the GameCube. So I got Mario Sunshine, well, my dad did, when we got the GameCube. And that was our very first game. And then this came shortly after that. I love that you played this game on the GameCube. So did I. Oh my god! V-Saber slash Sephiroth slash Hinmi, welcome in. Welcome in. Happy Saturday. How are you today? It was this one in Metroid Prime. We had Metroid Prime, but I never played it. Yeah, is that a first-person shooter? Because I wasn't really big on first-person shooters. I liked cutesy. This is cutesy. And I got scared very easily. Super Smash Bros. Was a perfect medium. Cutesy, not scary, but involved fighting. So that was something I really liked, was Melee on the GameCube. You said yes, it is. Yeah. They're hard for me. I don't know. You want sushi? I want sushi. Let's go get sushi. I'm gonna end my stream right now. Let's go get sushi. Megstar, do you not recognize my voice? No? I can't even hear your voice. It's my voice. I'm using my voice for your voice. Indeed! I am the one who guided you here. I am the King of Red Lions. What? You're my boat? My boat? That is my boat. That is who I've been riding in. Don't. We're gonna forget that part. I was inside him. Sorry, I was riding him. All over. It's just the truth, guys. Quit it. You're making it weird, not me. He literally is my boat. I was riding him, okay? Oh, thank you so much for the follow, Deweese. Thank you, Vitronic. Thank you so much for the follow. That's what she said. Sure. Sussy Meg. I'm trying not to be, but it's just the truth. Is this a good king or a bad king? I mean, I was riding in him, on him. Guys, he's my boat. My boat is the King of Red Lions. So is my boat evil? I sure hope not. We'll see, though. We'll see. Oh. Goodness gracious. There was no need for me to reveal my true identity to you, so long as that blade, the Master Sword, could defeat Ganon. But now, both of you must listen to me. Okay. Once, long ago, this land of Hyrule was turned into a world of shadows by Ganon, who sought to obtain the power of the gods for his own evil ends. I don't know how to talk like a king. How do I talk like a nice king? My power alone could not stop the fiend, and our only choice was to leave the fate of the kingdom in the hands of the gods. Is that how a nice king talks? know what the... I don't know. The last upgrade is on C1, by the way. 2 islands down from the Forsaken Fortress. Thank you so much. I will go get that after this, as long as I can. We'll see how long it takes me here, but I will make that my mission next to upgrade my wallet again. Because every time I pick up rupees once more, I cannot hold them, and that's annoying. You're off COD now. It made your sister mad. Yeah, it would make me mad too. I guarantee it. I feel for her. But I hope you stick around here. This might not make anybody mad, I hope. Good impressions. Thank you. Please, again, chat, tell me if my mic is cutting out. I don't know why it was cutting out before, and I think I fixed it. Well, I think I do know why it was cutting out before. I got a new laptop, and it had a setting on it. I think I fixed it. But I don't know for sure, so tell me if you hear me cutting out when I laugh or whatever, and I will revisit the situation and try to fix it again. Have a great time back at work, Jonah. Thank you for stepping here, or stepping in. I don't know what to call it. Joining on your break for a little bit, and I hope to see you again later. I'll be here till 9:15 p.m. Eastern time. You're watching still. You like to help me out. Thank you so much. Help is very welcome. If you know what to do, I welcome you telling me what to do if I'm lost. That is always welcomed. So thank you, BG Dubs, for being here for that. It only cuts out when you yell, like sometimes. Okay. It was like really bad the other night. So if it is like really, really bad, please tell me. And if my voice is like piercingly loud in your ears, like I just turned my volume up a little bit. So please tell me if what I just did makes sound better or worse. You all can help me. We're here together, helping each other, supporting each other, and you can tell me if my voice is not quite to your volume tastes, or if it's cutting out. I welcome that. Yeah, I support backseat playing, gaming. I'm totally fine with that. I don't like sitting around, running around, trying to figure out what to do for half an hour. If there's people here who know what to do, then that makes the gameplay way more interesting, I think, than just me running, doing nothing, and talking about nothing. So I would love support and help. Oh, take this! Take this! Take this! Thanks, Richter. Thank you. When the gods heard our plea... Oh, King voice. When the gods heard our pleas, they chose to seal away not only Ganon, but Hyrule itself. And so, with a torrential downpour of rains from the heavens, our fair kingdom was soon buried beneath the waves, forgotten at the bottom of the ocean. Yet, all was not lost, for the gods knew that to seal the people away with the kingdom would be to grant Ganon's wish for the destruction of the land. What'd you say, Goshen's your? Who's your are you correcting? I don't even see a your in the chat. Anyway, didn't last stream get 100? Yes, last stream somehow got 113 or something thousand likes. Y'all are wild for that. And I, like, literally exploded with happiness. And then my body reconstructed itself out of the bits and pieces that exploded. And now I'm like a new version of the person that was here 3 days ago because I exploded out of happiness. So that's that. Thank you for all of those likes. Oh, volume is good. Thank you so much. I appreciate your help. Goshen's Games, you're amazing. Thank you for the input, for real. Oh, Blue Light, you miss your hubby. I'm so sorry. I know that feel. I'm so sorry. Goshen's, thank you so much for the follow, too. I'm happy you're here. How is your evening going? Yet all was not lost, for the gods knew that to seal the people away with the kingdom would be to grant Ganon's wish for the destruction of the land. Okay. So before the sealing of the kingdom, the gods chose those who would build a new country and commanded them to take refuge on the mountaintops. Okay, you're stepping out for a while, you're gonna go buy some sushi? Bruh. Who said they wanted sushi earlier? You're gonna go buy some sushi now? Rub that in our faces like that? Or was that somebody else that said they wanted sushi? Dang. What kind of sushi do you like? Victronic, if you're still here, what's your opinion on like all new games being $70? It's trash. That's trash. I'm poor. I'm going to utilize GameShare as much as possible, is my opinion on that. We're all poor, right? Who here has enough money to spend $70 on every single new game that they want? If you do, congratulations. But I don't. I don't. Anyway. Ooh, checking out smaller streamers because you work with TikTok. Cool. Cool. That's fun. How long have you been working with TikTok? You want sushi? Yeah, me too. Are all my questions too off topic? No, I'm here to chat and here to play. You can talk about whatever that's appropriate, at least. Keep it appropriate. Keep it friendly and respectful, but you can talk, even if it's off topic. Not me for sure. Yeah, thanks, Nintendo. For real. It's not cool. I don't love it. But with GameShare, like, my brother has Donkey Kong Bonanza, and I'm going to borrow it from him. So, you know, he spent the money, and then I get to play the game for free. So that's cool. It's like the digital copy of it. You're a network manager. Cool. I didn't even know that was a job, Goshens. That's really cool. I'm intrigued by your work. Those people were your ancestors. Oh, okay. Hundreds of years have passed since then. So long as Ganondorf was not revived, Hyrule would remain below, never waking from its slumber. That's why it was frozen. And when I pulled the Master Sword out, it was no longer frozen. Good explanation. The boat did tell me that he owed me an explanation and that he would not explain at that time, but then that he would. Also, was he not just right outside with us? Pause, chat. I am just now realizing King of Red Lions was literally in the water outside of Hyrule with Tetra and me when we got here. How did he manage to get inside, go to the basement without us noticing? What is this witchcraft? What is this sorcery? Explain, chat. Explain. Thank you. Oh my god. You said it's recent. You're a network manager with them and you focus. Oh, wait, I just read that again. Zelda's one of your favorite franchises. It's ingrained in your family. Explaining would spoil the story. Explaining would spoil the story. Explaining how he turned into a boat and walked into the basement without us seeing. Okay. Zelda is ingrained in my blood as well. Nintendo is in my blood. My dad, I think, made it somehow so that when I was born, I came out with a NES controller in my hand or something. I'm pretty sure that's the story. You'll have to ask him, but Nintendo is in my lifeblood. I was born this way, and Zelda comes with that. So I totally feel you. Have I beat many games? No, one only. But we're here. I'm beating the game. We're doing this. I'll see. Cataquack. Cataquack. Tetra, come to me. Oh, I need to do the king voice. Tetra, come to me. That was kind of weird. Okay. Okay. Why is she walking like that? Baby steps. This necklace you wear is part of a sacred treasure called the Triforce of Wisdom, which has been passed down for many ages within the royal family of Hyrule. Okay. Bruh. His face looks Cray. Your mother passed this down to you and instructed you to treasure it and to guard it with your life. Am I not correct? How does he know that? How does he know that? I did not want that image in my head. Thank you very much. What image? What image should I? Oh, me coming out of my mother's womb with a NES controller in my hand. Sorry, I think that's a cool image. I would love if my future child comes out that way. That'd be sick. And concerning. Am I beating Ocarina of Time after? Probably. I don't know if I'm going to go straight into a Zelda game right after this, but that will probably be my next Zelda game. I might do a different game and then go back to Zelda. To be fair, she should have beat Ocarina of Time first for the story to go to this. I played Ocarina of Time when I was like 5 or 6. As much as a 5 or 6-year-old could without pooping their pants because they're so scared of everybody in that game. And then I quit. So I know some of the story from that, as well as from my husband playing the game and my dad playing the game, but I'm not like an expert on that or the story at all. So yeah. Not your mother? Not my mother? What do you mean, not your mother? Not my mother? My father? Hey, Tristan. Welcome in. Happy Saturday. How's your day going? The Triforce of Wisdom is none other than the sacred power of the gods that we have kept from Ganon's clutches for so many long years. The gods placed upon your ancestors the task of protecting it from evil's grasp. Also, by the way, thank you for all the likes, y'all. You're crazy with the likes. Thank you. You too must abide by the laws of the past. Oh, what does that mean? And so, the time has come for me to teach you the fate into which you were born, the very reason that you live. Can somebody please teach me that? Can I please meet my own King of Red Lions real quick? Because I would like to know that information too. Anybody? Anybody know? Thanks. Too good to see you too. I'm happy you're here. Tristan, what have you been up to today? Yes, my father. Did I say my father was the one who did that?
Oh my God!
I'm sorry if I said that. Thank you for the roses, Goshen. The 16 roses. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Peach Daisy or Rosalina? What are you talking about? Peach Daisy, Rosalina, or Cataquack? I am so sorry for saying my dad did that. He put something in my mom that made her do that, is what I meant. Yo, we're not gonna have the whole conversation about what exactly. I don't even want to get that deep into it because I don't really want to think about that right now. But that's how that worked. Whew. Okay. So she's gonna find out the very reason she lives. That's sick. That is so cool. Why do they get to know and we don't? That's not fair. And I quote, keep it appropriate. Hey, I didn't say anything that would be deemed inappropriate unless you're old enough to know what I'm talking about. And then it's still appropriate because I wasn't using vulgar language or being explicit with the details. Right? 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 What's happening? Bruh. He's electrocuting her face or head with golden beams of fate and destiny. She is Zelda! She's Zelda! Tetra is Zelda! Proof right here. That is her fate. She was born to be Zelda. She doesn't even know that she was Zelda. She didn't know that she was Zelda, chat. Do you see this? She is lost. This is a confused girly pop right here. What? My fate? She had no clue? Bruh. What? In the what? This is Zelda. Tetra equals Zelda, period, point blank. That's on my mama and my mama's mama. This is Zelda. And she didn't even know it. And that's where we're at. Okay. My fate. My fate. You are the true heir of the royal family of Hyrule, the last link in the bloodline. She's the last link. I love. Wait. She's the last link? I love how Link is not the last link. She's the last link. Get it? Zelda is the last link? Bruh, do you guys not understand how. What? Okay. Mind blown. Hard. Oh. Donkey Kong Bonanza design is better than old, you swear? Like Donkey Kong's actual design in the game. I can see that, but his eyes be weirding me out a little bit. Sorry. Anyway, you are Princess Zelda. Zelda? I'm a princess? You are confused, aren't you? I suppose such is to be expected. Yes. Yes, indeed. Very confusing, indeed. Nexstar! I am terribly sorry that you have been caught up in these events. But it is known that Petra is indeed... Oh, this is the king talking. I was using my little kid Zelda voice for the king. Oopsie. But now that it is known that Tetra is indeed Princess Zelda, Ganon will be searching frantically for this child in an attempt to get the power of the gods that she possesses. He will not rest until he has found her. Oh, word? Okay. Great. That is the mission. Protect Zelda. But of course, that was crazy. BG Dubs, that was crazy. You said first time you had a huge lead in online, but you still got second. Are you talking about Mario Kart? Mario Kart V-Saber? Is that what you're talking about? If he succeeds, my ancient kingdom under the sea will be turned into a land of shadow and despair. Thank you so much for the heartbeat, Oceans. I'm so happy you're in here. You're awesome. And so will the world, you know, above the waves. Oh my goodness gracious, we do not want that. Nexstar, I need you to lend me your strength in this dark hour. I don't have strength, bruh. Have you not seen me struggling this entire game? I have been weak. I have been scared. I have been confused and lost and tired. I don't have strength for the king. I don't have enough for myself. Goodness. What am I to do? I'm just a girl. But actually I'm a boy. But actually I'm a man. Because Link is a man now. And he's stronger than I am. He surely is. He's got it. Mario Kart World? You'll get better. It takes a lot of time, but that is really good that you got second. You will get first. I promise you. You will. I have a suspicion about what has caused the Master Sword to lose its power. I need for you to come with me back to the lands above the water and return the power to repel evil to the Master Sword. Ooh. Okay. Zelda. Yes. It's far too dangerous for you to join. What? No. Zelda is a pirate. Y'all. She's a pirate. Does nobody understand? She was the baddest out of all of the pirates she was with. She was the smartest. She had the most common sense and the most foresight for what was to come. She should be on the journey. It is fine. I promise. We need her. She's a pirate and she's a bad... She's bad, okay? We got this with her. We don't always need to protect the princess. Sometimes the princess can also assist with the protecting. Hello, Echoes of Wisdom. It is far too dangerous for you to join us in this task. Fortunately, this sacred chamber is not yet known to Ganon. So she's gonna have to stay in here? Because Ganon doesn't know about it? Great. 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 It is my wish that you wait here in hiding until we return. Okay. Okay. I want a game like this. Like what? Bum Bum? But Echoes of Wisdom is what I'm thinking of. Is that what you're talking about, Bum Bum? Megstar? We must go. Okay, here we go. Let's go. Here we go. Spirit Tracks. I've never played Spirit Tracks. I've been recommended that a couple of times. That's a train game, right? Like, there's a big emphasis on a train in that game, Bum Bum. Also, welcome in. Thanks for joining. Yes. Okay, but was that on a DS? Like 3DS or something like that? I don't know how to... Wait, who's talking? Zelda's talking, because Link doesn't talk. Okay, let me talk like Zelda. Your sister. Good day, Alex Birds. Welcome in. Happy to have my own most unhelpful chatter here today. How are you doing? I used to be so good at MK8D. MK World is so much different. Yes, it is very, very different. Luckily, I was never good at MK8D because I didn't really ever play it. I didn't own the game. So MK World, I'm good at because I didn't have anything like recent to get good at. Also, Alex Burns, I say that as a joke, partially. I hope you know that. Yes, my jester and color commentary has arrived. Good day, good evening, happy Saturday. Thank you. Hold on. Princess Zelda is completely cut out? What do you mean by that? What do you mean Princess Zelda is completely cut out? Oh, my voice. Okay. So I need to talk in a low voice for you guys to... That's crazy. Y'all, I don't even know why. What's going on with my microphone? Oh, hold on. Can you hear me better? Can you hear me better? Testing. Can you hear me better? Tell me if you can hear me better right now, please. Chat. Tell me. Please. Because I turned my microphone around, and that could be it. You hear me? It kind of cut out. It cut out. Yeah, high-pitched voice. That's it. Okay. I don't know. Okay. 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 High-pitched voice. We gotta stop with the high-pitched voice. All of my characters are going to have very low voices. Every time I speak for a character, it will sound like this. Can you hear me all right? Oh, it cut out when I moved the mic. Interesting. I need to get on live and just do like a test session with you all, just chatting and testing out my sound and everything sometime. No gameplay, literally just testing my voice to see what works, because I don't know. But y'all are very helpful. I summoned Beelzebub. Oh my goodness. I don't have enough food for Beelzebub. Can he go back? Can I send him back and he can come back tomorrow after I've done some grocery shopping? Thanks. Oh yeah, that cut out. Yeah, it's not even recognizing my voice. I can see it now, actually. Me. I see it on the microphone. I can see it, not reacting. Wow, I should be looking at that more. Huh. Sorry, guys. I just need to figure this out. Yeah, it doesn't even catch me. Yeah. Wow. I'm making noises that whole time and the microphone has no idea. That's crazy. It's the brand. It could be. It could be. Yeah, I think I'm the microphone is right in front of my lips, y'all. Please check messages. Okay. Thank you. I will. I will. Bad news. He said you owe me best at 3 match on Final Destination one day. I've never played that game before, so it kind of sounds like you will get the best of 3 because you probably have an advantage. I'm guessing you've played that game before. Maybe. Tell me, Alex. Do you play Final Destination? Megstar. Be careful. I sure will. You're still here? Yeah. What are you cooking, Goshens? I'm glad you're still here. Your company is appreciated. And whether you're just hanging out and you're just watching and you're working on other things and that you're not able to chat, you're listening sometimes and then sometimes you're not paying attention, but you're still here, your presence matters and it is so appreciated. Thank you. Sushi is the best food. Oats of all time. I am so old. I'm so old. You said best food of all time, oat, and I said oat. Thank you for the follow, Brittany. Mac and cheese for the baby and beef stew for the rest of the family. I want both of those things. That sounds so good. I love beef stew and mac and cheese. Okay, so I had that whole conversation. I found out Tetra is Zelda. Mind blown. Mind blown. Big mind blown moment. And Zelda cannot come with us because she's just a little princess girl and it's too dangerous for her to join us. I'm so tired of that narrative, by the way, but let's not forget this game came out in 2003. And I understand. We must protect the princess at all costs, regardless of the fact that she was a pirate 30 seconds ago, as far as we knew, and was doing things far beyond the dangers that Link has ever seen in this timeline, in this game. We can just ignore that completely. Yeah. Ganon wants her for reasons, and I don't like it. So we do gotta protect her. We gotta protect our Princess Zelda. What are my thoughts on Wind Waker art style, Chloe? Chloe, I love it. I love Wind Waker art style. I tried playing this game when I was little, when it first came out on the GameCube, and I was too little and I didn't finish it. But the art style drew me to it, and I felt connected to the game ever since then because, partially because of the way it looks. It's so freaking cute. And I know Zelda fans, some of them don't like a game to be described as cute. And that really upset them when the game came out, that it was a cute game. But I love it a lot. What about you, Chloe? What do you think about it? You're ordering sushi now. Look at what you started. I don't even know, who was it again? I'm trying to remember what their name was in the chat, but they started something here. And I'm going to finish it by ordering sushi whenever I'm done streaming. How about that, y'all? How about that? I got the Master Sword. Thank you, Tyrell. Yes, hello. Happy Saturday. How I dare bring logic to this Nintendo game? Yeah, I know. It's wild. I should stop being logical. Good news, Blue Light is getting us all sushi. Thank you, Blue Light. I had no idea. That is so appreciated. Thank you so much. You were 5 when this game came out. That's pretty crazy. BG Dubs were very close in age then. I was just a few years older than you at that time. And I beat all 17 monsters. Yes. Was there 17 of them in here in Hyrule? I beat all of the, I can't even remember what they're called now, moblins and the knights that had dog faces. I beat them. Yeah, I got all of them. That was like 2 games ago. I saved a rill, too. I beat up a ginormous bird, too. I saw Ganon. I found out Tetra Zelda. And y'all, I gotta go to the bathroom. So I will be back in 2 minutes. Dark Nuts. Okay, cool. So yeah, I destroyed Dark Nuts. A lot of Dark Nuts. They were pummeled by yours truly. Do with that what you will. I pummeled Dark Nuts. Yes. They didn't start off dark until I pummeled them. Anyway. I will be right back. When Meg is away, the Jester can play. Thank God. You were watching the Super Mario Bros. Movie. I love that movie. I've seen it 3 times now. It's amazing. I've heard they're coming out with a Donkey Kong and I think a Peach movie, and then eventually there's going to be a Super Smash Bros. Movie, so fingers crossed on that one, but awesome. I will be right back, chat. I promise. Pinky, pinky, pinky. Promise. Hey, I'm turning my camera back on. I hope I look okay. Maybe I should have looked in the mirror before I got back on here. Not that I was like doing anything crazy, but you know, sometimes it'd be like that. Anyway. Hi. I'm back. I feel so much better now. I look like Toon Link. That's the best compliment I've ever received in my life. New celebrity lookalike unlocked. Oh, never mind. Oh, you said that whenever my camera was still off. Good. Good. And the, like, war, Britney is coming with a vengeance? What? What? Stay good, I'm in charge. I was what, yeah, Alex Burns, thank you so much for being in charge. I couldn't do this without you. The music while I was gone was kind of hard. That's what I love to hear. I hate when the music is kind of soft. I love when it's kind of hard. Stop. Chat, don't go there. I need sushi. I'm starving. I've barely eaten today. Why do we all need sushi right now? Collective sushi for the group, please. We all need sushi. TikTok lords, please. Bless us with your sushi. Favor us all. Okay, so the task at hand right now is, I guess, to go into the king again. I need to go ride the king, aka my boat. Chat, I need to go ride my boat. That's what I'm talking about. I am riding the King of Red Lions, and that is my boat. The War of the Likes. You kept quiet due to the 6 score. Oh, sick. Not the hard score, the 6 score. Yes. Please stop. Why did the king even turn into a boat just to randomly meet you? I don't know. I don't know how he did it. Look, his face totally matches his human face. This is what I do. Brittany, what do you do? What do you do, Brittany? What is it that you do? And is it a good thing? Is it a helpful thing? Alex said Beelzebub was summoned. Please tell me you're not Beelzebub. I don't know why, but he does look chatted just like the human king that we just saw. This definitely is chatted. So it checks out. Megstar, listen well. The fact that the Master's Sword lost the power to repel evil suggests to me that something has happened to the sages who infused the blade with the god's power. Oh. The sages should be here in Hyrule, in the Wind Temple. Okay, I need to... I'm taking a picture of this, chat, because sometimes I read and I don't intake the information. It does not register. So although I read out loud to y'all, nothing sticks. So I'm taking a picture real quick. so that I can remember the sages should be here in Hyrule, and the Wind Temple to the north, and the Earth Temple to the south, praying to the gods. Maybe my map or my sea chart will be updated. Liking the live, like Swore, Brittany doing what she do. Brittany, thank you. I actually need to check in on the likes. Let me do that real quick. Holy smokes, Cerrone. Y'all are liking away. Brittany, holy crap. Second place, and you are in a war with Blue Light. That is wild. Y'all are neck and neck at the top. That's crazy. Thank you so much. I'm going to explode out of happiness all over again. And then my husband's going to have to put the pieces back together and it's going to be gross. But thank you. For real. Thank you. That's how you feel a lot, BG Dubs, reading information, but just none of it sticking. Yeah, like, okay, I can read this all day and dang day, but I don't really know what I'm saying, and I won't remember it. If likes actually contributed to your earnings, I would spam them all day, but that they don't. They do contribute to my visibility, y'all. That is the key. So they don't earn me more money, but more visibility gives me more prospects for earnings. And also, I'm not asking for money from anybody. I'm doing this because I love doing this. So keep that in mind as well. I want to build a community of people who are like me. They like the same games as me. We like to talk about the same games and play the same games together. And that's why I'm here. It's not for the money. I have a job. I make money with my job. This is for fun and to make friends and just, yeah, it's pure enjoyment over here. Why not do both? Because I like my job too. And to do one of them full time, I would have to quit the other. So, yes. Anyway, yeah, what is your sushi of choice? Good question for the full chat. Is this Wii Sports Resort? It absolutely is not Wii Sports Resort. Do you wish that it was Wii Sports Resort? Is Mize Cube? I don't know what your name is, but do you wish that in the purple app? I'm sorry to disappoint. This is the Wind Waker. The sages should be here in Hyrule. Okay, yes, I read that like 3 times now. You must head for these 2 temples to see what has happened to the sages and attempt to find a way to recover the power to repel evil. Unfortunately, Ganon seems to have erected some sort of magical barrier down here in Hyrule, blocking our path to the temples. But each temple should have another entrance, high upon Hyrule's mountaintops, which are now islands above the sea. Okay, cool. So, picture? Cause more information that maybe I should not be forgetting. Ganondorf did what now? Bruh. Bruh. I don't know. I already forgot what was on the last bit. I already forgot. No. Chat, what's wrong with me? As always, you said you're pretty sure this is Wii Sports Resort. We can pretend it's Wii Sports Resort if you want to. I'm down for that. We can pretend. Oh, Ganondorf erected? No, he did not. He did nothing to do with that word. No. Ganondorf and erect, they don't belong together. That's 2 separate things. We're not gonna... Okay. As always, I shall... Okay, yes, he is marking them on my C chart. Thank God. I know he did. I know, and I wish that he didn't. I wish that erect and Ganon were not in the same sentence together. I really, truly do, and I'm sorry that they were together. I wish I could change the way that people wrote this game so that I wouldn't have to read Ganon and erect in the same sentence, but here we are. Sorry. Now then, if we stay here much longer, we shall draw our enemy's attention to Princess Zelda's whereabouts. We must return to the surface immediately. Let's go. Ganon perennial problem. What? Why is there only 7 people in online? Like on Mario Kart World Online, there's only 7 people in your lobby? That's weird. I need to stream that game some more so that we can play together. People kind of already found their streamers that they like for Mario Kart World, so I don't do that one a lot because I don't really get very many people in on mine, which is fine. But, you know, people found their people. Those temples you're going to is one of my favorite and most disliked in this game. So you got a hot take. Rah! Rah, rah! Noodle, welcome in! How are you? It's Saturday. So I think you're in school. That means you did not have school today. What did you do with your Saturday? Those temples you're going to... Okay, so you have a hot take. You like a temple that most people do not. Wait, hold on, pause. Earlier, chat, before I continue, I know you didn't go to school. That's what I'm saying. What did you do today? Oh, do you like to go to school, Noodle? Hey, Lebowski, welcome in. Happy Saturday. How is your Saturday going? You don't like the Earth Temple, but you love the Wind Temple. Interesting. So people don't really like the Wind Temple, and you do? Or people don't... Oh my god, Lebowski. No freaking way. A freaking galaxy, bruh. You are the most generous person. Thank you so much. I am very blessed to know you. For real. Thank you. Oh, it is a very blessed Saturday now. Thank you so much. Big W in the chat for Lebowski, for real. That's a big W right there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Your sushi's 40 minutes away? Dang. What are you going to do for 40 minutes? Listen to me? Anyway, you love school more than anything? Only for your friends? That's so good. Yes, Lebowski, WWW. Huge W's, chat. Thank you, Alex, for sending him those. That's what he needed, because that was a big W. Blue Light said hi. Yes, hi. I don't know if you're in high school or what, but I unfortunately hated high school. Loved my friends. Hated the rest. I was going to go back here to see if I could go back here. Probably not. Earlier, last time I was here, I could not go back. Yeah. I wanted to check before I left, just for good measure. But yeah. Yeah. You got first. Yes, it counts. Oh my god, you got first place. Congratulations. Yes. That is a huge win, and it counts. It counts big time. You did amazing. I'm stoked for you. Just keep that up. And losses happen to everybody. The greatest of all time lose sometimes. Nobody can win every single time. So take the losses as a learning experience. And if you want any tips, I can give you a couple tips as well. But I don't know if you feel like you want them or need them. Or if they're actually even relevant. They might be things that you already know or already do or what don't do or whatever. Your Saturday was cool. You're doing emotes because you were playing Roblox. Oh, I see. What do you like to play on Roblox? What do you do on there? Where did I meet my husband? Funny story, y'all. My husband was my piano teacher. He's 5 years older than me, so the age difference isn't that bad. But I met him because I took piano lessons from him. And 9 months into lessons, I finally made a move on him and told him I liked him. And he liked me back. Next star, do you know the legend of the hero of time? Oh, once long ago, he defeated Ganon and brought peace to the kingdom of Hyrule. A piece of the Triforce was given to the hero of time, and he kept it safe, much as Zelda kept hers. That sacred piece is known as the Triforce of Courage. When the hero of time was called to embark on another journey and left the land of Hyrule, he was separated from the elements that made him a hero. Oh, so I don't have all the elements that make me a hero. It is said that at that time, the Triforce of Courage was split into 8 shards and hidden throughout the land. Bruh, I already got 3 pearls. I got 3 pearls. Was Link in Mario Kart 8? Yes, Link was in Mario Kart 8, but I think he might have been DLC. My Mario Kart main is Pauline. And I went as Pauline for Halloween this year, because I love her. She's the best. Anyway, you're a big Shy Guy fan? You don't have Mario Kart World, but hope he's a driver? Yes, he is in Mario Kart World, Alex. You will be happy to one day play that game, because he is a driver in Mario Kart World. This takes place after Majora's Mask. Yes. Yes. So, I actually never played Majora's Mask. I think that that one came out around the same time as Ocarina of Time, from my understanding, but for some reason I never played Majora's Mask. I only played Ocarina of Time, never beat it. I was like 5, so give me some slack. But I guess so. I guess it did. Is that what the storyline means? It is said at that time the Triforce of Courage was split into 8 shards and hidden throughout the land. Even I do not know where they rest, but this much I do know. They lie hidden somewhere in this great sea. The Triforce of Courage is the only key that will once again open the doorway to Hyrule. You must search for it. When he says the doorway to Hyrule, is he talking about that area that I can't get into? That every time I try to walk that way, it blocks me off? Is that the doorway to Hyrule? What is he talking about? Because I literally thought I was just in Hyrule. So now I'm confused. Blue Light, you met Jonah at the brewery and asked him to dance with you, and you went from... Oh, I love it! That's so cute! So freaking cute! Oh my god! I love that we both made moves on our men, Crystal. Yes, yes, yes. Girl power. Anyway, how much VR do I have? What is VR? I'm sorry that I don't know what you mean. Like, I know VR virtual reality, but what does VR mean in other contexts, or what do you mean? You must search for it. Okay, so yeah, I already looked for like 3 pearls. Now I have to look for 8 shards. That's what I gotta do? Great. So here's my sea chart, everybody. There's nothing on it. And I see that I need to go to the north and the south. And in the chat earlier, I was being told that the Wind Temple was liked by... was it BG Dubs? BG Dubs, did you say you like the Wind Temple? Yeah. You love the Wind Temple. And... the Earth Temple's not your thing. Chat, if you've played this game before, let me know about your thoughts on the Wind Temple and the Earth Temple, because that's where I'm going. And I would love to hear if there's any sort of consensus on that fact. Online points in Mario Kart. Oh! How much VR do I have? I have no idea. If you're here when I finish my stream, though, I could show you. I really don't know. I've only done a little bit of online play. I usually go to people like friends' lobbies, and don't play like with random people online, but I have done that a few times, so I have to check. 96er here, and Wind Waker is the absolute best. Yes, the good old days. Inertia, we're very close. I'm a 95er. Nice to meet you. Welcome in. Totally agree. I never beat this game. I played it, but I never beat it, so this is my first time doing that. Blue Light, you wish women making the first move was more normalized. So do I. I just wish, in general, people would just make that move. Like, make a move. If you want to make a move on somebody, don't do it creepy. And don't, like, physically touch them without consent. But if you want to tell somebody, hey, I like you, then do it and just see what happens. You're about to text me on the emote progress to show me. Yes, yes, yes. I will check as soon as I'm done streaming, Noodle. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. Oh, by the way, y'all, if you're in my fan club, I'm pretty sure you can send my very first emote, which shout out to Noodle. Noodle created that. Noodle's in the chat on TikTok right now. Noodle made my emotes. Noodle made me fan art. Noodle is the coolest person. And if you're in my fan club, I'm pretty sure you can send the hi emote that Noodle made. And there's a few more emotes coming your way. So to join my fan club, I think you have to send a heart me or something like that if you're not already in there. And then once you do, you can go to stickers on TikTok and send a emote made by Noodle of me saying hi. So y'all can try that. I don't know if it works, but I tried to set it up. So let me know if it works. Yes, good job, Noodle. Amazing job, Noodle. I seriously love them so much. Making all my dreams come true out here. Only 4 people in the online room. Oh, thank you, Noodle. Thank you. For real. You are amazing. Amazing artist. If y'all need emotes or want somebody to draw really amazing pictures of you, hit up Noodle. For real. Very nice. Very talented. Very good at communicating. And just overall great person. Aww. You, Noodle. 3 people? What happens if it turns into 1? You can leave, I guess, and like start a new lobby. Okay, nobody in the chat told me. Cheap too. Not cheap. Let's say affordable. Because cheap makes it sound like, it just sounds like a negative connotation. You're not cheap. You are affordable, Noodle. And, yes. Work is quality. Quality work for affordable price. Like, beyond affordable. So yeah. Yes. Anyway, I'm going to go... Well, which one's which, chat? Is Wind Temple north or south? Actually, I took a picture of it. Let's not delay any further. I took a picture! Ah! Where's my picture? Okay, Wind Temple to the north. I'm going north first, chat. I'm going... Oh, wait. I was told to go to C2. That is... This one? Is this C2? Let me look at the map. A couple days ago, somebody sent me actually a map. I think somebody told me to go to C1 or C2. Was it Blue Light? Who told me to go there? And when I go there, I'll get a wallet upgrade. Was it Jonah? Jonah's not here anymore. Dang it. But I will get a wallet upgrade if I do that. And where is that message? Hold up. C2. This one. I think I need C1. Okay. 2 to the right of Forsaken Fortress. Right here is where I go to get my wallet upgrade. I'm actually going to do that first. I'm going to get my wallet upgrade. Right there. Oh, crap. There's a cyclone. Okay. My wind needs to be going northwest. So I'm going to do that real quick. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. I am going to change the direction of my wind with my Wind Waker. And... Oh, crap. I don't... I think it's up, left, right? Yes, the wind's Requiem. I'm going to change the direction of the wind so that my boat sails faster. Northwest, please, and thank you. 40 for an emote. Yeah, I've seen... And Noodle. One day, you can do that too, if that's what you want. You could do that now, too. But I know that it helps to have a portfolio of work. And to get the portfolio of work, I know sometimes the prices need to start lower. But one day, with a full portfolio or whatever of examples, you definitely could charge that if you ever wanted to. You'll begin reading comic book. You will add comic relief when applicable. Okay, what comic book are you reading? Or are you reading a book about comedy? Or a book with comic relief in the book? Or a book about comedy? Or a book with jokes in it? I don't know what kind of book, comic book. Is it a book about a comic? Is it a comic's autobiography? Is it a biography about a comic? I am very curious. Use the Ballad of Gales for what? I've never done that before. What does the Ballad of Gales do? Chat, we're gonna find out together. It's down, right, left, up. Down, right, left, up. Down, right, left, up. Nope, that's the wrong button. Down, right, left, up. Ballad of the Gales. We're gonna find out what it does. You said no, but Noodle, I think one day you're gonna... What? What is this? Does that tell me where cyclones are? Oh, I can warp there? What? Pick warp? I can warp there? What? What? This changes everything. Chat. My whole world just got flipped upside down. Thank you, Blue Light. Blue Light encouraged me cutting off too hard. OMG. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't know that that was what that was, but Blue Light told me to do that, and thank goodness she did, because look at this. I can teleport, y'all. I can teleport. Old Doctor Strange books, just random comics. That's sick. I love Doctor Strange. I think it's Doctor Strange. Yeah. I like Doctor Strange. I'd never read the comics, but in movies, I like him. You want to be affordable for new streamers? I love that. Yes. Yes. I really love that. It's a whole new world. Yeah. My stomach keeps growling. Me too, girl. Honestly. I'm going to teleport here because I'm going to see one, which is right diagonal from that. Yes. That is sick. Bruh. I'm so stoked. I'm literally cycloning over there. Oh, go get your soda. What kind of soda? I like Diet Dr. Pepper. What kind of... Do you guys drink soda? Anybody else in here like soda? I don't like sugary sodas. Spicy unagi rolls. Oh my freaking god. That sounds good. I want it. Right now. Please. Dr. Pepper. Yes. Dr. Pepper. Big W to Dr. Pepper. Best soda. I don't like sugary sodas. Just don't like the taste. So I love Diet Dr. Pepper. But both of them are good. I just don't love the sugary soda. Tell me, little boy. Can you control the wind? Who are you? So, thanks for clarifying in parentheses, Alex. Tiger Rolls. I want Tiger Rolls. Pepsi. Yum, yum, yum. I like Pepsi, too. I like Diet Pepsi, of course. I like Diet Cherry Pepsi. That's my thing, too. I'm addicted to Coke in parentheses soda. So glad you clarified. So young to have such power. Did you know to find me here? I am the queen of the fairy world. What is the matter, my child? Does that not surprise you, young one? I like you. So, I shall give a new power to the bow that you wield. Great. Mm-hmm. Fairies! What is happening here? I literally just teleported. I just realized. I literally just teleported and then this happened. What is going on? Why did I not realize this is really weird? I don't know how I got in this situation. Oh, a cow. Oh my god. Wait, you ordered sushi? So many people were talking sushi. Blue Light, are you getting sushi in like 20, 30 minutes now? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. Also, TikTok can be very weird with like guidelines and stuff. So even TikTok might pick that up as something that needs to be blocked or reported or something. You said Hulk Smash. First of all, welcome in, y'all. That's my husband. Wine dinner was booked, so we're getting regular dinner. We'll have pasta for you when you're done. Oh, what? He's bringing me wine dinner, or not wine dinner. He's bringing me pasta because the wine dinner. He's at a gig, y'all. He plays music, and that's amazing. Thank you, Hulk Smash. I'm so excited for the pasta. Woo! That sounds good too, y'all. I'm good with pasta. I'm very good with pasta. Do you guys like pasta? You were in 7th at the very end, got hit with a green shell. You got 19th. I hate when that happens. Oh my god. Not here for 30 more minutes. There's no Pepsi. You have to order some. Y'all, what is going on with our lives tonight? Everything related to food is messed up. Hulk Smash, I don't know if you're still here, but if you are here, what pasta? Do you know? What just happened? Did she just drop something? The powers of fire and ice have been added to my arrows? Word. When you take out your bow, use R to change arrowheads, then fire away? What? That is amazing! Oh my god! How cool! My arrows are really cool now. What kind of pasta do you like, Alex? All pasta? What's your favorite sauce? Am I good at piano? Not anymore. The funny thing is, after I started dating my husband when he was just my boyfriend, I did not keep practicing piano. And I did not keep learning from him. So, y'all, sorry, but I can read music, but I was taking jazz piano lessons from him, which is less about reading music and more about knowing different things. So, anyway, not very good. No. Sorry. DoorDash said it's going to take 20 to 30 minutes for my Pepsi. No. Oh, that's so sad. Ice arrows can freeze the hottest flames, and fire arrows can melt the coldest ice. The fairies in this fountain will ease your weariness. Use them as you need to. Okay. Cool. Child, I must tell you, you are just my type. Chat, did you just read what I just read? Did you hear what I just said out loud for all of you? This thing said child, started the sentence off child, as in kid. As in child, kid, children, baby boy, children, kid, child. You are just my type? Nah. Nah. Pack it up. FBI, open up. Pack it up. Nah. This is not okay. Earlier, too, way back in the game, they said a grown man pirate would be perfect with little child girl Tetra, who now we know is Zelda. That they should get together. Nah. Who knew there was so much of that in this game? Not me. I sure don't like it, though. This is Ganon's world, SMH. Unfortunately, it is. Jesus Christ. Oh, you learned piano because you like playing film scores. Cool. So what do you mean by learned piano with the quotes? How do you quote unquote learn the piano? Anyway, this freak needs to get out of here. Okay, wait. She kind of looks like a kid too. Never mind. She kind of looks like a kid too. But she said child, and I'm pretty sure she's like been alive for a long time. Right? Right? You look up YouTube tutorials? What do you mean? You look up YouTube tutorials. Welcome in, by the way. Happy Saturday, holiday girl. How's your day going? Your stomach is so loud. Oh, so I can just come. Wait, did I get the wallet upgrade already? I thought I needed to go to C1. I'm so confused. I'm not in C1. C1 would be right here. Third one across in the first row. That would be C1. Correct? Is that right? You learned for like 5 years, but you wouldn't consider yourself good at it. I understand that. I played piano for 8 years. Well, actually more like 10 years growing up. And then I stopped for about 10 years. And I have not played it in probably 3 years now. 2 years. 2 years. It's been like 2 years since I played. I think. No, 3 years. 3 years. I don't know. Kazuya is so DLC privilege, actually. Yeah. Oh, and your stomach's so loud. Okay, so I don't actually know where I am, and I guess I could use a fairy because my magic meter needs to get filled up. But oh, they don't fill up your magic. But I don't need to be in there. I don't need to be in that thing, right? Thank you for the heart, me baloney. I'm so happy you're back in here. Happy Saturday. How's your day going and your weekend? I looked at Baloney streams Zelda games as well, y'all, and I seen some of your clips pop up on my For You page, Baloney, and I definitely need to join your live stream. It looks like a fun time. I think you're playing Twilight Princess? I'm not sure if that's the one that I was seeing in your videos, but that looked very fun, and I definitely need to be there for that. Yes, yes, yes. So y'all, if you want more Zelda, more live streamer Zelda stuff, check out Baloney, because she's also on the Zelda stuff, and it's International Zelda Month, unofficially, so we gotta pay our respects to Zelda. Okay. Someone encouraged me to draw hands. Draw hands, Noodle, please. I don't really know what else I'm doing here. Do I go in the well? No, that's not a well. That's a tree stump. I was looking for a wallet extender. I don't even know how I got here. Where's my King of Red Lions anyway? Okay. I teleported here. I warped here, y'all. One sec. Actually, I need to do something because I just realized something is not right, I think, with my stream. I needed to like change my streaming category on TikTok again because I did it earlier, but then I had to end my stream. Yep. Yep. So let me do that really quick. Of course, it got all wonky again. I don't even know how that works. Can y'all even see what my game category is on my stream on your end? Also, thank you for the likes. We have 17,000 likes. That's crazy, y'all. Thank you so much for the likes. For real. International Zelda Month. Heck yes. Yes. How do you stream a Switch with a capture card? You're growing? You're growing? I'm getting more likes. Am I? See. Let me see one more time. Y'all are crazy. Thank you so much for all the likes. Yay! No, a capture card does not brick it. What a capture card does is it takes the video from the game and puts it on your laptop, basically. So um, the laptop doesn't typically take input like from HDMI, it only goes out. So it's like a middle guy. So you can take an input from a game and display it on your laptop with the HDMI cord. Yeah, like a video capture card. Exactly. Exactly. It does not brick it. It's just like a little middle HDMI thingy. Middle guy. Okay, I guess I can't sail out of here, unfortunately. I thought that I could. I did not know that this would take me... Nope. I forgot what the thing was for the Ballad of Gales. It's down, right, left, up. I got it a little backwards. Down, right, left, up. So, I thought that I could teleport here and then I would be able to sail to C1 from here. But I guess I'll teleport here instead. Because it doesn't look like I can actually leave this area, which is so weird. I'm rooting for you to get the sushi too, Blue Light. I really am. Is it like 20 minutes now? Are we at the 20-minute mark for the sushi? Where we at? Where we at with the sushi update? The sushi radar. Come on, we gotta get this girl some sushi. Come on. Did I name my squares like Battleship 2? I named my squares like the people in the chat named them, which is like Battleship. Yes, the map is all A through whatever, however many letters there are for this map. A through G, and then the numbers go 1 through 7. So, yes, chat helped me with that, and that's how I've got my mapping going on. You want to stream one day? Yes, please. That would be amazing, Noodle. My crap. No! Oh my god, I just realized I have not made a suspend point in so long. This is not the ideal situation to make a suspend point, but here we are. I just got knocked off of my boat, but, you know, that's what we're doing because and I obsessively make 4 suspend points in case I accidentally, like, replace one or something when I'm trying to load one, because it has happened, unfortunately. So, back to it then. I'm going to get in my boat. Oh, crap, and I need to load my sail. I need to equip my sail so that I can sail away, because that's important here. And I'm going to sail away. Go! Bro, go! Go! Go. I don't like this guy. I don't want to fight anybody right now. I'm not in the mood to have a fight right now. I've enjoyed just chatting and very, very slowly making progress in the game today. However, I will need to pick up the pace a little bit. With the holidays, I don't want to talk to you. Wait, what? Hold up. The temples where the sages await cannot be entered easily. It is at times such as this when one would be wise to gather information from those who live in the seas nearby. Bruh, I can't go to the temples yet. I thought that I could go to the temples now. I'm so sorry, chat. I do not pay attention or retain information very well whatsoever. My bad. I was on the way to go to the temples. So I can't, apparently. Well, actually, I need to get my wallet extender, too. Good time to feed the fish and get the map? Okay. Good thinking, Baloney. That's a good plan. This has been a good stream. My hockey team lost today, but they play again tomorrow. Let's go, Pins. Thank you, Alex. Thank you for the compliment. And you play hockey. That's sick. Don't know where the pins are. What is your mascot pin? What is a pin? Penguin? Is that short for penguin? What the heck is a pin for a mascot? Pins? I'm sorry that you lost today, but good that you're playing again tomorrow. You'll get another chance. Oh, Penguins. You don't play hockey. You watch the Penguins. I see. I see. The hockey team that you like. I see. Well, hopefully tomorrow is a better game then. That's the thing, is there's always another game. There's always another try. Another day, another dollar. It is at times such as this one. Okay, yeah, so I need to go to the seas nearby. There's cyclones every freaking where. Get away. I just want to run away from this freaking guy. No, I don't want to deal with you. Get me away from this finny fish boy. Do not come around here. You are not supposed to be here. I don't want to talk to you or look at you or fight you or smell you or see you ever. Stop. Stop jumping by me. I don't want to fight you. I just want to go on my merry way. Stop. Why do you keep circling around me? Leave me alone. I am not pleased. I am displeased. Bro, do I have to kill him? Why? I have no interest in this. I don't want to do that. I don't want to fight in the water. I'm not good at it. Stop. Just leave me alone. Please. What? Oh, I'm being such a crybaby. I can't even aim very well when I'm in the water. There we go. Did I get him? Oh, I was such a baby, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for what I said when I was overreacting and how much I overreact when there's people and fish and things approaching me. I just sometimes want to sail on my king and not be interrupted with a fight. Okay? Does anybody else ever feel that way? You just want to ride your king boat, and not get interrupted with a fight? You can stay in one spot and he won't jump at you? The shark is like the guy who asked for Valkyrie's number. Who's Valkyrie? I don't know who that is. I wish I understood things. Yes, BG Dubs is here. BG Dubs is awesome. I love when BG Dubs is here, and BG Dubs is here pretty regularly too. The Kaz is targeting. For real, your food's here. Blue Light FM. Oh my god, hello. I totally missed you. I'm sorry. I was being really annoyed and distracted by the big fish that was targeting me and would not leave me alone, and I was freaking out about it. Yeah, when you came in, I'm sorry. FM. Hello. Happy Saturday. How's your day going? Ever notice the finger point with the bow? Oh, what? No. Why is that just how you hold a bow? With your finger pointed? Like, is that like just how a bow is held? Yay! Crystal's a happy girl, and we have a sunrise. We're all happy here. Okay, I can go get this really quick. I guess I will shoot it. Or I could use my boomerang on it. Maybe I'll do that. Boomerang. And slowly... They're already disappearing! What is the point of that? The stuff disappeared so quick. Only does this in Wind Waker. That's so bizarre. I wonder why they have that in Wind Waker but no other game. Do you know why? Or is that just like a weird art style choice they did? Also, by the way, welcome in Dylan. Happy Saturday. Are you a big Zelda fan? And how is your day going? Also, where am I going? This is my first playthrough of this game. I did start playing it when it came out in 2003, and I never finished it because I was a kid, and it was hard. And I had kid brain. I went, well, this is hard. You're gonna enjoy a libation now. Ooh, nice. What libation is your libation of choosing on this fine Saturday evening of libations? I'm going... Am I going the right direction? Yes, I'm going in the right direction, kind of. I kind of want to... Well, I'm going to see one on the map so that I can get a wallet extender. That is my current prerogative, is to go get my wallet extension and make it big and fat and happy. I keep collecting rupees, and once more, I can't do anything with them. I'm so happy, Blue Light. I'm happy for you. Also, I'm excited for the pasta that I'll be getting later tonight. Ooh, I'm so excited. Also, Noodle should be getting their Pepsi soon. They ordered it from DoorDash. What's the ETA on the Pepsi, Noodle? Are you still here? Am I still going the right way? Okay, I gotta go... Is it to the right a little bit more or to the left a little more? To the right. I also need to change the direction of the wind a little bit more too. That would help me go faster. But I'm also already almost there, and I'm not going that slow. Like, I'm going pretty fast right now. Hopefully Noodle is tackling the hands. Yes, that's true too. Noodle, are you drawing hands right now? You should be drawing hands right now. I'm close to the wallet extender spot, wherever that is. I'm close to it. Yay! Get me there, please. Please. I wish I could go really, really fast. I know that in the Wind Waker HD, there was a sail boost. I don't know what it was. I didn't play that game, but chat has told me that there was some sort of like sailboat booster. What is this? Maybe this is what I want. And it was only in Wind Waker HD. The HD sail's so good. Baloney. That's what I want. I need. I never experienced that, and I want it so bad. Put away my sail. I'm gonna get off right here and get in here. Is this where my wallet extender is? Oh, is that a bad guy right there? Do I need to fight him? Are these evil people? Huh. I think I need to... Whoa! No! Chat? Okay, chat. This is where I make another suspend point. Obsessively on all 4 spots. Because I'm sorry, what? This place is full of dudes that want to fight me. And I just wasn't really mentally prepared for that whatsoever. You don't have to equip the sail ever? Oh, on HD? Dang. Yeah. It changes wind automatically? Bruh. I need that. I've spent so much time just fidgeting with the wind direction and the sail and equipping the sail. Dang. That sounds so nice. I'm a little bit annoyed. But I'm still happy that I get to play this game. Very thankful that I can play this game, even if it's not the really, really cool version with all the cool upgrades. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm gonna go fight some dudes, y'all. Who wants to fight some guys? Anybody in a very fighty mood right now? Because that's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna do it so good. I'm gonna equip my grappling hook. I'm gonna equip my boomerang. And I have my arrows. Hello? You prefer original over HD? Vivid Snake, welcome in. Why do you say that? What makes you prefer original over HD? Michael, thank you for the follow. Happy Saturday. How's your day going? Mr. Thing, hello. Happy Saturday. How's your day going? I'm going to go fight some dudes. My goal for this fight is always not to die and also not to scream. We'll see how that goes. I'm gonna try not to scream and not to die. You just do. Interesting. You said going good? Good. Oh! Bruh! I didn't even realize what was going on here. I did not know. I don't even have to fight them. I'll probably scream. I probably will. If I fall, I probably will. But I can freaking jump from rope to rope. Bruh. I made it too. So my goal then is not to fall. Do not fall. Link. No mistakes. Smooth as butter. We are going to do a perfect run. Bruh. Maybe go down a little bit. Okay. And I'm not gonna fall. Put a 1 in the chat if you trust that I will not fall. And put a 2 in the chat if you bet that I will fall. Let's see what you guys think about me and my abilities. 1 if you think that I will not fall. 2 if you think I will fall. I see a couple of 1s. You guys really believe in me. Thank you so much. I did it! Oh, that was a risky one too. And I need to go down a little bit more to get a little bit more, why did he start so low, first of all, and then go so high? I only see 1s in the chat. Y'all are too nice. I am very, very glad you believe in me. I did it! I hardly believe in myself, clearly. I am shocked. I have 1 more to go, y'all. If you have not yet voted, this is your chance to vote. Do you think I can make this last one without falling? I need to go down more. Maddox, welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you for the heart me. Happy Saturday. How is your day going? Oh, I did it. Let's go. I did it. Vivid Snake, I'm sorry, but I proved you wrong. I made it. I did it without falling. I fall all the time. Oh my god. I'm so glad I proved you wrong, Vivid Snake, and I proved everyone else who voted 1 right. Thank you for the GGs. 5 GGs, Baloney. Thank you. Oh, you worked today. Gosh darn it. Do you like your job, Maddox? What do you do for work? Do you work at Starbucks? Is that what you told me, Maddox? You got a treasure chart. Open your C chart, then press Y to check your charts. When you open this chart, a place where treasure lies will be lit up. Sail to that area, then use the chart. Okay, but what about the wallet extender? Amazon. Why did I think Starbucks? Amazon driver. Do you like that? What is your feelings about being an Amazon driver? Oh, why did I do all of that for a freaking treasure chart, bruh? I thought that I was gonna make my wallet bigger. Oh, now I have to go back. I'm more nervous about making it back. Okay. Well, let's vote again, chat. Anybody feel good about me doing it twice? That was not good. Anyway, what I was saying was, who feels good about me doing that twice? And then I didn't do very well. It's on the island on the square that I'm on. Okay. Let's try that again, chat. Do you think I can do this again? Ah! Stop! Stop! Bro, why won't he jump? Why will he not jump? Oh. Don't know why this won't work. How did I jump so easily? And now I can't. Oh! Run! 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 There's no ladder? Oh, there is a ladder. There. Run! Up the ladder! Freaking dummy! Oh! I'm gonna fight these little buggers. Oh my god. Die! Vivid Snake, you were right. You were right. I was wrong. Good day, sir. Good day. Holy moly! Why are they so strong? Let me get you with my... Ah! Bruh. I better not die right now. I can't see! Why won't they die and why can't I see? I guess I should shield more. Did I get him? Guys, thank you for believing me if you believed in me. Sorry to disappoint you that I did not actually make it both ways across successfully. I did fall. Vivid Snake was correct on their vote, and that's that. I really thought that I was going to prove you all wrong. Thank you for the GGs, Maloney. Thank you. I am not the best at platforming. We can just put it that way. I'm not great at it. And that is what you get when you watch somebody who's not great at it try to do it. Thank you so much for the GGs. For real. GameCube game cameras, man. Seriously. The game was designed to not let you jump there, to be honest. Whoops. So you can jump on the way there, but not on the way back, and that's just kind of how it's supposed to be. Who can vouch for Vivid Snake on that one? Because that would make me feel better, if true. That would definitely make me feel better. You think? Yeah, does anybody know for sure, or has anybody made it back both ways successfully and can say that that's not true? Also, you don't believe so? You don't believe so? I mean, that would make sense. Noodle, did you get your Pepsi? And I'm going to go take another really quick break. I've been here for 2 hours, 6 minutes. Yes, your soda came. Did you draw hands, Noodle? Like we talked about? And... oh, you did it the other day a while back and you didn't think you would be able to jump back? You don't think you were able to jump back? Okay. Well, that makes me feel better. That's okay, Noodle. We still love you. I'll be back in 2 minutes. My name is Megstar. If you are watching but you haven't followed me yet, I highly recommend following me because it's very difficult to find people again on TikTok after you watch them and on the Purple app if you're not following them because it doesn't like show up in your watch history. So hit the follow if you haven't. If you have had a good time and you want to come back and see me again, I'm taking a 2-minute break. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. My name is Megstar. Thank you, Noodle. With 3 R's on Purple and an underscore Megstar, 3 R's on TikTok. I will be back in 2 minutes or less. This is my first playthrough of The Wind Waker, and I'm over halfway done with the game. I've had a hard time making progress tonight, but I'm having an amazing time talking with you all. I'll see you in a second. You all, I highly recommend that you also stretch your legs like I will be doing. Go to the bathroom if you need to. Get a snack if you want to. And I'll see you in 2 minutes. You notice a change that is positive or not positive for your listening experience. I'm going to turn my camera back on as well. Hello. Hello. Welcome. 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 I'm back from my short little break. I just stood up, stretched my legs, I'm getting old and I need to do that. You just came back. I just came back from a break. I just adjusted my audio, so let me know if it's any better, worse, or the same in your opinion. I did a quick Google search on my phone of what to do for my microphone, and I don't know if it worked or not, but we're gonna see how it goes. Oh, ooh, ooh, cool. There's, how did that sound? Did it cut off? Cutting off again? High pitch still doesn't work. High pitch! Dang. I don't know why. It's gotta be the brand. It's either that, I swear. I used to use a Mac, and when I started streaming, that's what I used. I used the exact same microphone, and I never had problems with volume. It was always okay. Now, though, with my new Windows laptop, there's some sort of issue that I never experienced before with my microphone. I have, like, older streams on the Red app, and you can watch and see, like, yes, I just started streaming, so there's some things with my audio just because I'm like figuring out how to talk into the microphone, but cutting out was not a problem. So I don't know. Also, my laugh like gets cut out, and that never happened before, I don't think, unless maybe I never laughed before on the stream. I posted the full stream of Life is Strange on the Red app. Very long videos. So that's for people who like the game or want to know what the gameplay is like and like watching me stream, I guess. But yeah, I didn't do any editing or anything like that. I just posted the full VODs on the Red app. And I'll be doing the same with the Wind Waker as well. Okay. So, I'm gonna stretch my arms, my back. I feel so old today. I don't know why. I am past my half birthday. So I guess I'm getting older. Every day, every second, every moment. We all are. That's a good thing, but it kind of hurts sometimes. You drew hands, Noodle. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you. I want to see your hands that you drew. That's amazing. Good job. I'm going to... So y'all told me it was in the island, in the grid that I'm in. And also, I know Baloney told me to get some bait some fish and get some information about the maps that the map or the areas that I'm on. Is that the island that y'all are referring to that I should be going to? Right there, the one with the wallet. Bait the fish is so good. Yeah, I'm gonna bait the fish. I'm gonna bait the fish so hard. Welcome in, Wicked. Happy Saturday. Thank you for the heart me. The island closest to me. Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. I am gonna wake the wind because things are moving pretty slow right now. I need to go, it's up, left, right, I think. LMAO. Yeah, LMAO. There's been some interesting things that have happened tonight. I'm going to the island closest to me so that I can get a wallet extender. I think that this is the island that Blue Light is referring to. LMAO, everybody. And you missed it all. Quick recap, I guess, is that's why you love my clips. Aw, Wicked, thank you. Yeah, I have some moments. They're not proud moments, necessarily. And yet I share them with everybody. Like I'm proud, because, you know, they're things I say. We're all here for it, so just gotta relive the memories. The good times, the sussy times, all of the times that we're here together. They're special. Oh, I have mail! The music just suddenly stopped. What? Whoa. Hello, guy. Ho ho! So that is how that works. That's what she said. That's the peeping Tom. I love that you said that's the peeping Tom, and I said that's what she said. Our hearts and our heads are clearly in the right places. Okay, he's not gonna expand on that either. Tell me more about what is working and how it works. I want to know. Good. Letters for Megstar. We have 2 letters. Joe, thank you for the heart me. Happy Saturday. Welcome in. How's your Saturday going? He got that 4K zoom. He sure does. Good for him. I mean, everybody's got to figure out what they like. And I guess he's figured out what he likes. So good for him. Here is your letter. This parcel has been sent cash on delivery. Okay. Postage due is 201 rupees. Will you pay? What? Is this bill? I got a bill? What? Is that it? Tell me more, tell me more. Tell me more, tell me more. Is something tell me more, tell me more. In the shops? In the shops? I know the words too, Joel. I know the words clearly. Yep. Yep. I wish that I could help you, Blue Light, but that's all I got. So this is a bill? Why? Why? This is tax? Is this why do no. No. Right? Why would I pay? Why would I pay? Chat, should I want to say no. Should I say no or yeah, I have to? I didn't break anything. Wait. I did break something. I broke something. Yes? Dang it. Oh. To the esteemed Mr. Fairy Person. Should we be calling people Mr. Fairy Person? That's not me, at least, anyway. Don't do it. Don't, Beak Saber, I already did it. He was a fairy? That's Tingle robbing you? Probably. Thank you very much for your purchase. Enclosed is an incredible chart. That's just making me think of Indiana. That's the Indiana, abbreviation on the map. Indiana credible chart. This chart will show you where you can find the Triforce charts. I want you to use it to find lots of them. They are my favorite kinds of charts. Ooh! Perfect! I do want that. I need that because I need to find the Triforce pieces. It got split into 8 different shards. Not shards. Shards. And I need to go find them. So, I'm going to go find the 8 Triforce shards. And I will have a map now to help me do that. Woo! Also, sir, have you been checking your Tingle chart? That's what she said? I don't really know. That's a stretch. But what? That just sounds funny. Tingle chart. Triforce charts. My Triforce charts went all over the place. You've played games with me before, Bobby? What games? What games do you feel you've played with me before? Have you seen those giant fairy marks, skid marks from the Triforce shards? Follow the chart to them. The chart to them. Guys, I need to stop. I need to grow up. Follow the chart to them, and your fortune will increase greatly. League? No, I've never played League. Like League of Legends? I've never played that game before. Fairy shards all over the place. Yeah, I guess so. Average post Taco Bell bathroom experience. Just tingle. I want to screen capture this. I don't know why. That's just so funny to me. Tingle. Is this a sign to replay Ocarina of Time? Heck yeah, it is. Heck yes. Replay it. You got the incredible chart. Now you know where all the Triforce shards are hidden. That's positively incredible. Why does it say it like that? You lose a heart per Triforce shard, and you use your treasure shard to find the Triforce shard. Guys, this is why I should not play any games past like 7:30 on stream. I get too silly. Too silly. You don't have proof, but you know Tingle's on the registry, bruh. This is not surprising. What was the word I was thinking of? I believe you? I don't know. But yes. Basically, yes. Yes. This is a long stream. Yeah. What do you mean by that? Well, what do you mean this is a long stream? Oh, I started late, V-Saber. I had a obligation to go to earlier today. And I had to start at, I just hit the microphone. I had to start at 6:15 p.m. Eastern time tonight. So 3 hours. In 20 minutes. I'm ending in about 20 minutes. Press up on the D-pad and check your charts to view it. Okie dokie. Tingle got that green suit on too tight. Yeah. He's proud of himself. And I mean, if you were Tingle, would you not be too? Stay just for you. Aww. I wish I could stream longer, y'all. I don't know how some streamers do it, but usually by like 3.5 hours, I'm like, okay, I gotta go. I'm not fun anymore, and I'm hungry, and yeah. One day I'll be able to do longer streams, though. I'm sure. It just takes practice. I'd be tingling. His tingle. Ooh, I don't know why I just read that out loud. My bad. My B. It's all the sushi talk. The sushi talk is doing what? Making us tingly and shardy and loopy? Does streaming give a lot of money? No. No. It should not be what somebody does to... People shouldn't do it to make money. Unless they're willing to stream for years and years and years and years and consistently work to improve and put more hours in and make content on other platforms and all of these other things. And even still, it could be a very, very, very long time for them to see anything from it. So no money. Hardly anything, at least. It brings people joy. Exactly. That's why I'm here. For fun. It's fun for me. I hope it's fun for you. I'm making friends, I think, and I'm having a good time making friends, building community, and playing games with people that like the same games as me. So that's why I'm here. It's not a money-making thing for me. You're back? You're done for the day? Yay! Here is my letter. I'm so glad you're here. Wicked. Aw. Who Who needs those? Okay, then I guess I'll just revoke my friend card. Sorry. If you don't need it, I'll just put it in that toilet that you sent in the chat. How have you been, big brother? It's Ariel! Or Ariel! Or Arul! Or however you guys say her name. I say Ariel. I'm here on the pirate ship writing you this letter. Isn't that neat? At first I was really scared, but they're all actually nice. For pirates, I mean. Mr. Gonzo is a really big guy, but ever since Miss Tetra left, he's been crying like a baby. It's kind of funny, but sort of sad, too. Aww. You're going to send me the finish line art? Yeah! By the way, shout out to Noodle, best artist, best person to make emotes for you. Hit up Noodle for the emotes. You got to go home, Wicked. Aww. Well, drive safe if you're driving. Ride safe if you're riding in somebody's car or something. I don't know how you're getting home. Helicopter or something. And thank you so much for coming in here tonight. I really appreciated your company. And I hope to see you back next time or tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow. That's next time. I hope to see you again soon, though. You're going to ride the Nimbus home. Is it the Nimbus 2000? 3000? Which Nimbus we talking? Mr. Gonzo is a really big guy. Oh, yeah. So he's crying. Tetra left, and Tetra Zelda. 2000 or 3000. It's one of those. Okay. I was asking for specifics, sir. Or miss, or them, whatever. You know? But safe travels on your broomstick. Safe travels riding that broomstick. Get it? You're a spider? Cool. I love spiders. I have a spider on my finger. Are you on my finger right now? Nudge is a little strange, but nice too. And as for Senza, his beard makes him look pretty mean. But he tells really cool stories when he gets in the right mood. What does that mean? Okay. Storytelling mood? Zuko's kind of weird. And Mako is pretty quiet. Mako immediately gets mad whenever I try to make his glasses. When I try to take his glasses. So I do that a lot. You hate spiders? I don't love spiders, but I like them better than flying bugs. I can deal with spiders. I am okay with trapping them under a cup on a piece of paper and letting them outside. Unless there's a lot of them. Or if it's ginormous, I'll ask my husband to do that before I do it. But I'm okay with spiders. Other bugs, especially the flying kind, I don't like. As usual, Nico is always fooling around. He won't take anything serious. Actually, he seems sad not to have you around anymore. Were you guys good friends? I helped them all out with their chores, and they actually paid me a little for it. So, I'm sending the money to you. Please use it, big brother. Yay! I was gonna say I can't even hold any more money, but because of the mail I just opened that cost 201 rupees, because of that, I get to take more rupees. But my little sister gave it to me, and I don't love that. I want her to keep money. Why are my family members giving me money when I can break open a vase and get rupees, and they probably don't have that way of getting money like that? And they need to hang on to it. First my grandma and then her. Dylan, you just started Minish Cap for the first time? Slipped under the radar? I've never played that before. What is that on? What system is that on? You had to get rid of every spider for her. Jonah, that is so good of you, though. That's a very, very good husband right there. I don't know. I think spiders, I don't necessarily want spiders out of my house because they kill other bugs that I like even less than spiders. So I'm not that mad about spiders, honestly. I can play it. How can I play it, Vivid Snake? GBA, Game Boy Advanced. I do have one. I have a Game Boy Advance. I helped them all out. Is it on the online expansion pack, Vivid Snake?
I helped them all out with their chores, and they actually paid me a little for it. Oh, yeah, okay. I'll loan you my telescope for a little longer, but you have to return it to me eventually, okay? I forgot that I have her telescope. I've literally never used that since the beginning of the game. I don't know if I should use the telescope. Yes, the Nintendo Online thing has it. Perfect. I will play that. Yay! I have a Game Boy Advance too, but if I wanted to stream that game, then I could stream it with the Nintendo Online easier. What do you think of the game? Do you like it? I'm doing fine here, so don't you worry. I'll take care of myself, so you be sure to take good care of yourself. Good luck, Avril. You got a red rupee. That's 20 rupees. What a pleasant surprise. Yeah. Okay, so ooh, this is where I can get my wallet extender. Bruh, I'm so sorry, everybody, but I got nothing done today. I'm just now realizing. This has been the least productive stream of my entire streaming career or whatever. It hasn't been a long one. I started in August, but this has been the least productive one of all time. All I did was get a wallet extender. Oh, no, that's not true. I found out Tetra Zelda career. Yeah, I don't know what to call it. That's something. That was a big thing, but that was right at the start. Yes, August 11th was my first day of streaming. Young Waker of the Winds, allow me to aid you in your quest. And I started on TikTok in September. I only was on the purple app at first, and then now I'm on both. You can now carry more rupees. Now you can hold up to 5,000 rupees. Let's go. I can hold 5,000 rupees. Can you? Can you? No. Well, maybe. But I can too. But this is the last upgrade? I thought I could hold 99,900 or 99. Yeah, 99,999 rupees. That's what I thought. Thank you, Jonah, for letting me know. It just happens when I get too high pitched or something. I don't know what to do. I really don't. Should I just not have any emotion in my voice? Should I talk like this all the time? How do I talk like this all the time? I don't know how to feel nothing. How do I be numb and emotionless and vibeless? How do I stop caring about the way I say things? Chat? Because that's the only way to make the microphone sound good. Maybe. I don't know. Be me. Okay, Bobby, let's trade places for a day. Let's Freaky Friday this right now. I'm gonna be Bobby on stream tomorrow. Bobby's gonna be me and do Bobby's life as me. Y'all, I'm actually going for 24 more minutes. 24 more minutes. I thought it was a little bit less time, but I'll be on for about 30 minutes. Invest in a mic that doesn't cut out like this. I don't know that it's the mic, though. Like I said, I used this mic before with a different computer, and everything was all perfect. Never happened. So I think it's the computer, not the mic. And I need to figure out what settings to fix on the computer itself for some reason. Yay! Bobby, thank you for the follow. Woo! Thank you so much. We're going to Freaky Friday the heck out of tomorrow. Okay. The fairies in this fountain shall ease your weariness. When you grow fatigued from your battles, come here to be refreshed. Maybe it's the computer. Yeah, it's something to do with the settings on the computer or something, because it was never a problem with my last computer that I used. But there's things I can do on this laptop that I couldn't do on the last one. So it's a trade-off. Let's see. I don't have any need for a fairy, and I can't hold any fairies right now because I have my grandma's soup. I have 1 serving of my grandma's magical soup in my pockets right now. So that is all I needed, and I'm gonna go ahead and get going. Okay. Is it sunset or sunrise? I want to look at what oh, frick. I was gonna say, I want to look at what he's looking at. Can he shoot me from here? You're going to bed now? Oh, Jonah, what time is it where you are? Is it late? Are you not in your normal time zone right now? Because I just talked to Crystal yesterday. She said you're Pacific time zone. But you must not be in Pacific time zone right now if you're going to bed, because that would mean that it's 6:06 and you're going to bed, and that would be silly. Oh my god, that must be very tired. Jeez Louise. I'm sorry you're so tired. I hope you have a wonderful night of sleep. Get some rest. Talk to Crystal on the phone, maybe. I hope you eat some good food, have some good dreams, all that good stuff. I wanted to see what he's looking at. I can zoom in. Is he just looking at that? He said, oh, that's how that works. I don't know what he's talking about, and I don't want to get bombed at. Where's the guys with the bombs anyway? I can't see anything. This way. Oh my god, I can't see anything. Is this what he's looking at? I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go to my boat. I'm gonna put the sail back there. Oh, frick. Oh, I'm gonna change it to daytime too, because I don't want to do all of this. I don't want to be fighting anybody right now. Yo, I'm a terrible Zelda player. I just don't like whenever anybody comes in and I have to fight them. I'm sorry. I just want to chill. Please. Song of Passing. Okay. Oh, Arby's beef and cheddar. Oh, thank you for the follow, dude. Thank you. Is that even a picture? I won it, bruh. That's sick. Thank you for the follow. I'm gonna do this. It is right, left, down. I literally just said it out loud. Right, left, down. Yeah. Turning it from day to night. Aww. So sweet, Crystal. She loves Jonah. Yay, the guys went away. Okay, back to my boat we go. So, I need to bait the fish. That is what is the next thing. Unless, chat, you think that I need to do something else. Peach Beach. Heck yeah, Peach Beach. What about Peach Beach? Chat, okay, look at my sea chart. Tell me, can I bait the fish now? Is now a good time to bait the fish? Or should I do other things? I was told to go talk to people at in neighboring seas, that I cannot go to these places yet, but I should go to the neighboring seas to get information. So I guess I should bait a fish in here. This is a neighboring sea. And I don't know where the fish is though, but I'm gonna look for the, there's, shit. I'm gonna bait this fish right here and get some information from it. And then, chat, oh my god, go faster. I don't want to change the direction of the wind. I don't want to. It takes so much time. This is also taking a lot of time though. I need that HD version right now. right now. Oh, okay. Put it away. Put it away. Get the bait out. Bait bag. Open my bait bag. Put my bait in my pockies. Or equip it, I guess. Bait the fish. Yes. Tell me stuff, fishy boy. Tell me your secrets. Look at his chest, y'all. He got some thingies on his chest. Hoy, small fry. Yeah, I've heard. I take it you want a chart and information about this island? Yes, I do. Aww. Crystal, I might understand. A little bit. Something about loving a husband. Something or other like that. That's so sweet, though. I love it. Start by opening up your sea chart. Sure thing, fishy boy. He got like a paintbrush in his mouth. I don't know how I've never noticed that before. It looks like heart. That's so cute. The little shopmaster on Windfall Island apparently got his hands on a truly amazing treasure. He calls it magic armor or something like that. It's pretty cool magical relic from what I've heard. If you want him to give it to you, try staring deep into his eyes and winning him over with flattery, Fry. Bruh, I totally read that out loud and wiped it from my memory. I don't know who he's talking about. Crap. I literally just read that out loud and I don't know who I'm supposed to be going to or talking to. Oh, chat, does anybody know? I hope you were paying better attention than me, chat. You asked him out in the first 3 hours of knowing him? That is so amazing. I love that for you. You're a queen for that one. For real. I love it. And that's all the info I've got to offer. If you want to hear it again, you'll have to throw some more bait on the water for me. Sorry, but that's my policy, Fry. Crap. I really need to be listening to the fish. I totally tuned him out for some reason. I don't want to throw more bait on him. I can't go fighting evil on an empty stomach, you know. And with that, I'm off. Crap. Who am I supposed to talk to? Do I need to do it again? Do I need to bait the fish again? I guess. I can just buy more bait. I keep getting more money, but I don't want to. Maybe later. I don't know. Wait. I literally just got my sea chart filled out by him, and now I can't even see it. It was like a heart-shaped island in the grid that I'm in. And now I don't even see it? What the frick? Okay. So, that's so weird. Why is it not even showing up? I hate that. Did I do something wrong? I'm so confused. Wait, is that the same fish or is that a different fish? Is that the same fish? Where did it go? I am so confused. Chat. Is that the fish that I was just talking to? Maybe. It probably is. I'm in the same square. He has the chest things. He has the protruding chest. But I did forget what he told me. He said it's the same one. So I'm going to listen better and maybe take a picture. Give me a break. What's with using the same bait all the time? Don't they make a premium brand of this stuff? Oh well, such is the life of a fish. So, you want to hear the info about this here island again? Yes, please, I do. The little shopmaster on Windfall Island. Oh, okay. He calls it magic armor or something like that. It's pretty cool magical relic from what I've heard. I think I need that. If you want him to give it to you, try staring deep into his eyes and winning him over with flattery. And that's all the info I've got for you. How do I flatter him? Chat, how do you flatter people? Asking for a friend. You'd better be thankful for the clues you have from me. I'm serious. Hey, what's that? Why, Small Fry, that's a fine-looking bow you got there. Where'd you get that? If you're not in any kind of hurry, why don't you stop and play with me for a bit? What? I can play with the fish? That wasn't an option before. I just talked to him, and he didn't let me play with him. I want to play with him. Okay. Of course you will, Fry. And to be honest, you'll be helping me out. See, I've been having some ferocious body aches that only acupuncture can cure. Word. Check it out. I'll give you 10 arrows for that bow of yours, and I want you to aim those suckers at me when I leap out of the sea. Yeah, see if you can't peg me with them. Pause. Chat. He wants me to peg him. He wants me to play with him and peg him. Okay. Great. Love it. For each arrow you nail me with, I'll give you 10 rupees. This is not child friendly. It's the game, Noodle. It's the game. It's not me. I am not writing this. I'm repeating back what the game is saying. For each arrow you nail me with, I'll give you 10 rupees. And if you hit me all 10 times, good lord. Yeah, BG Dubs. Good lord is right. I'll give you 200 rupees. Word. Okay. What? You worried about little old me, Fry? Ha! Don't be. I'm a manfish. I've spent my life being toughened up by seas rougher than any you've ever seen. Those arrows of yours ain't got nothing on me. Get ready to start, Small Fry. Okay. Oh, crap. Oh, God. How many times is he going to jump up? Did I already mess up? Oh, no. Oh, no. No. I'm not. This is not good. I'm actually really embarrassed. This is not good. Don't ever give me a bow and arrow again. Bruh. Once. Nope, way too late. Way too late. This is not good. Oh, I got it again. 2 times. I need to retry that. I need to shoot where he will be, not where he is. That was my bad. I know how timing things works, and I just wasn't thinking clearly or at all. What's the deal? You could only hit me 2 times? Oh well, what's a manfish gotta do? 20 rupees. Yes. Aw, I don't want to scatter more bait. Okay. Dang. I'll do that another time. I don't really want to... Well, okay, I'm here. I'm here. Okay? Where is he, though? I don't even see the fish anymore. Joel, thank you for your encouragement. You said I got it. Okay, I'll look for him one more time. If I can find him again. Oh. Really, the wind is not winding for me appropriately or helpfully right now. Okay, I'm just gonna keep going then. I'm gonna find the next fish. I'm supposed to go to neighboring areas. I swear to God, though, why did he not put anything on the map? I got information about the map from him, and I don't see anything here. I'm so Oh, wait. I see it there. Why doesn't it show it on the... That's so weird. Okay. I'm gonna go to this this one, which would be E1. E1 is where I'm going on the chart. So I can hopefully get some information from fish on a neighboring island. That's what my goal is right now. Okay. Wait, so am I going in the right direction? Kind of. Maybe go a little bit more. Yeah. A little bit. What? How did I do that? I just opened up something that like says what time of day it is. Oh, I didn't even know I could do that with my compass. Cool. What? What? What is happening? That was so cool. Okay. That was really, really neat. All right, I'm looking for another fish. Where's my fishy? There's a fish. I see it. Wait, but have I already been to? Nope, that's a new fish. That is a new fisherino. Oh, but this is the place that I can't actually get to because the place is too guarded. I don't know if there's going to be any kind of cutscene. I'm going to create a suspend point really quick. I don't know if there's going to be any kind of cutscene whenever I get there. And I just don't want anything to, like, send me backwards somehow or set me back from where I was. Yeah. So we're going to see what this fishy guy can tell me. And hopefully there's not a cutscene that prevents me from talking to him. And I can get some information that's helpful. And then we can go about our merry ways to the next grid and talk to more neighboring fishy friends. Are you gonna come? Yes. Okay. What do you have to tell me, Sir Fish? What? Tell me. Oh, his chest is like that too. I didn't know all the fish look like that. Hoy, small fry. Yeah, I've heard. I take it you want a chart and information about this island? Then start by opening up your sea chart. Okay. All right. That looked good. That looks like something important. Are you thinking you want to get into that cave, small fry? The one that's protected by the crazy winds on that island? Heh heh heh. Okay then, let me just tell you a little secret. If you go 5 squares south, okay, I'm taking a picture of this. And 1 square east from here, you'll reach Ice Ring Isle, where you'll find an item that will make you as heavy as stone. Perfect. That's what I need. Blue light. What? 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 Yes? Square E6. Oh, thank you so much for sending that blue light. Square E6. Okay. 5 squares south and 1 square east from here, you'll reach Ice Ring Isle, where you'll find an item that'll make you heavy as stone. If you get that item, you won't have to worry about getting blown over by the winds. And that's all the info I've got to offer. If you want to hear it again, you'll have to throw some more bait on the water for me. Sorry, but that's my policy, small fry. I can't go fighting evil on an empty stomach, you know. And with that, I'm off. Okay, chat, we're going to square E6. I have a plan. Yes! I'm gonna go get this thingy that's gonna make me strong and hard as stone, so I won't get blown by the wind. Let's see. We have A, B, C, D, E, 1. That's all. Wait. That's 6. Right here. That's the target. That's where I'm going. My wind actually might be already going in a helpful direction, and I can use my Wind Waker to warp, hopefully closer to that area. We're gonna see where I can go. I'm gonna do the Song of the Gales, Ballad of Gales, and it's down, right, left, up. Down, right, left, up. Okay. Down, right, left, up. We're gonna warp, make you what?
Hard? Hard as stone? I'm gonna get hard as stone with this item. Yeah, chat. That's the plan. Yeah, so either one of these would be great because E6 is right in between them. So, right? ABC, yeah. So I'm gonna go here. Warp to this area? Yes, I will. Yes, I am. I am on my way. This is so much better warping with the cyclone power thing. Whoa. There's a fish here too. I want to talk to him. Okay. Okay. I'm getting distracted, but I'm here, so I might as well. Oh. Go. Go, go, go. He's so slow without the sail. Jesus. Okay. Stop. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Turn around. Okay, stop. Stop. Yay, fishy. The fish is gonna give me more information. Thank you. I baited that fish. Oh, this fish looks a little different. The other fish were like greenish, bluish, kinda, and this one's like blue. Blue. Hoy, small fry. Yeah, I've heard. I take it you want a chart and information about this island? Then start by opening up your sea chart, okay? Gotcha. Cool. Just a wee bit north of this island, I've sometimes seen a merchant of incredible girth. Bruh. Pause. This game, it doesn't quit. It really doesn't quit. It is not me. I promise you. Obviously, it's not me. I sometimes see a merchant of incredible girth with a monstrous pack. Okay, I'm so there. I'm gonna go where the merchant with incredible girth and a monstrous pack is. Take me there. Thank you. Oh, on his back. Okay. Just sorry, chat. Just kidding. Now, what could he be doing on that lonely little isle? I think we know. I tell you, there are some strange folk in the world, Fry. And that's why. It doesn't get any better. It just gets worse. Every time. It gets worse. Every sentence. And that's all the info I've got to offer. So, okay. I guess I need to go one grid to north to see this merchant of incredible girth with a monstrous pack. That is what the fish told me. I'm just repeating what he said. I don't know if that qualifies as info either, Blue Light. That sounds more like he's just telling me some like I don't know, girl talk or something. If you want to hear it again, you'll have to throw some more bait on the water for me. Sorry, but that's my policy, Fry. I can't go fighting evil on an empty stomach. You go no. And with that, I'm up. How is he fighting evil anyway? What is he doing? Okay, cool. I'm actually not gonna be on this island right now. I'm going to the island in E6, which is to the west of me. Yeah, so I'm actually gonna change the direction of the wind so I can get there really quickly. I would like to do this before I get off of here. Left, right. Nope.
up. I think it's up, left, right. I'm having a hard time remembering all of these after doing so many of them. Learning several different Wind Waker thingies, I'm having a hard time keeping up with all the winds to wake. Okay, we're going west or west to E6. I'm facing the right direction now. I'm gonna sail away. E6 is where there is a stone I can get. I'm still not even close to it. A stone I can get so that when I go on the Wind Temple, I can be hard as a stone and not be blown away by the super windy winds on the Wind Temple, is what they say. So that's where I'm heading. And I would like to, I don't know if getting the stone is going to require much more than just like a couple minutes of my time. If it's something that's going to take a lot of time, then I guess I'm going to have to do that on my next stream because I'm wrapping up. But I would like to get this done before I go, so then with my next stream, I can actually... Ooh, that's pretty. That's like a whale tail. There's another fish here, too. We're going to go to the Wind Temple first. I don't really care about this treasure. I've spent way too much. OMG. Sorry. Blue light. That's what it is. Wait, what is this guy? Is he gonna try to fight me? Don't fight me, please. Please don't shoot me with your cannon. Please don't. Please get away from me. Why is it so dark right here anyway? Okay, stop. I'm gonna get my bait out. Stop. Bait the fish once more. I've baited like 4 fish today. Y'all, I'm a fish baiter officially. Officially. Huh? Hoy, small fry. Yeah, I've heard. I take it you want a chart and information about this island. Then start by opening up your sea chart. Tell me more, mammy, yummy, yum. That's what I got, because I don't remember how that song goes either. There's this amazing treasure inside that freezing ring of ice over there. Yes. But even if you wanted it and tried to get inside, you'd just be frozen solid as soon as you approach the shore. But if you go 4 squares north and 3 squares west, you'll find the power to melt any ice no matter how cold. I already have it. I have that power with my arrows. I got it already. Yes. Something good for once actually happened. That was a total accident, me getting my fire and ice arrows. I just went to that square. I warped there by chance. And I happened to get that arrow, the fire and ice arrows. I don't have to go back through all of that and do that right now. Thank God. And that's all the info I've got to offer. If you want to hear it again, you'll have to throw some more bait on the water for me. Sorry, that's my policy. I can't go fighting evil on an empty stomach. And with that, I'm off. Okay. So let me equip my fire and icy hero's bow. And I can press R to switch between ice and fire power. I can carry up to 30 arrows. Okay, so I want to use ice or fire power to melt it. Oh, nope. What am I shooting, though? Hold up. Oh, right here. Oh, it needs to be fiery. I don't think that was fiery. Hold up. Oh. Oh. No. What am I doing? Yeah, okay. Press Z. Oh, well, I missed, but it worked. I missed what I was shooting for. I was just shooting for the treasure in the ice. Wait, why is there a timer? Crap. Get up there. Go. Wait, is that hurting me? Bro, get up there. Ah. Is this it? Also, welcome in, Lord of the Cosmos. Happy Saturday. I got a treasure chart. That's not what I wanted. Right? Why I'm here for the stone. Dang it. I want the thing that'll make me a stone. That'll make me hard as a rock. Oh, that's a rupee. I don't really care about that right now. Oh. Oh, I'm gonna make a suspend point. Obsessively, because I don't want anything to happen. I don't like being timed. It makes me so nervous. Please stop. Ooh. I can't stop, won't stop. I hope I'm going the right way. Whoa! I just slid down on my booty. Go. Okay. Frick. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. This is not good. I can't get back up. Oh. I'm not running out of air? I'm so lost. Okay, I can get back up. But what am I supposed to do here? Oh, there's a moving one over there. Oh, man. I'm going to have to retry this next time. There's no way I'm going to be able to get this right now. Oh my god, it's so slippery. Am I supposed to have clothes that make me not slip or something? What? Don't slip. Don't slip. Why? This normal? Can you guys hear that? Him freaking out? Oh my god. Okay, chat. I'm done. I don't have the patience for this right now. I'm sorry. I love you all, but no. And I'm going to keep the last suspend point that I had because that was in a better place than I'm at right now. I'm going to say goodnight and goodbye. And I'll be back on here tomorrow, 3 to 6 p.m. I'll be playing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate some. And also, that's when the Kirby Air Riders Global Test is open. I think it's also open tonight right now. So I'll be doing that in a little bit in my free time. But I will see you all again tomorrow, 3 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I had so much fun with all of you. My name is Meg Star. Please follow if you didn't, because it'll be hard to find me again if you don't. And I really, really am so grateful for all your likes, for chatting. I had so much fun with you all. It really was a good evening. I did not make very much progress tonight, but that's okay. That's all right. It was a good time nonetheless. I love you so much. I hope you have a great night. And Crystal, you're almost back with Jonah. He'll be back home soon. You'll make it. And I hope you can join for this Smash Bros stream tomorrow. Yes, you just came back at the end, V Saber. I'm gonna get off of here and go eat and just do some stuff. But I'll be back on tomorrow, 3 to 6 p.m. PM with Super Smash Bros. And then probably some of the Kirby Air Riders global playtest as well. So I'll see you all then. Thank you so much for being here. I'll talk to you all later. Bye bye.